You have her ID?
Cell phone? No, I don't want to give it to you. Why do I have it?
Because my attorney said not to.
Why do I have it?
Okay, bye.
Excuse me, Mrs. Adelson? How you doing? Just want to give you this. Listen. You're scared. No, don't be scared. Listen, I just want to let you know that...
Hey, everybody. Happy anniversary of the bump. Hey, True Crime Wifey.
Hey, Leslie. Hey, everyone in chat. How are you?
We're so happy y'all are here. And who better than to have True Crime Wifey, because y'all are going to have some questions that I definitely won't know the answer to. And she's got all the details. So I know a lot of people have been talking about the bump anniversary.
Yeah.
It's hard to believe it's been 10 years.
I know. It's crazy.
Yeah. And to think, I mean, if you really look back on it, I mean, that obviously that was like the thing that made it all go into action. I mean, if the Adelsons had not talked and done the train cards and the calling and all that they did, they would all be sitting on the beach right now.
Well, and what I find so ironic and hilarious about the bump is right after the bump, you get the Dolce Vita conversation.
Yes.
And Charlie makes that comment about throwing a grenade in and the roaches scatter everywhere. Like, that's exactly what they did. That's exactly what the bump was meant to do. And that's exactly what the Adelsons and Katie did.
Yes. Thank you, Charlie, for describing your family and your acquaintances. The roaches. I like it.
I know.
Well, so
you get a roach in the house,
right? But I mean, it is just like, it's crazy to think about. But I built a video that I've been working on all week, and True Crime Wifey was kind enough to watch it for me and just make sure. But what we wanted to share was really like, once 2016, April 19th, all this happened, then everything that went into play. And I know we're all frustrated. We all want, you know who, the co-conspirator to be arrested. And I was making the video and it's like, I mean, crap, all of the convictions that they have, it is very impressive. And I know we're all frustrated, but watching like all the trials and the verdicts and everything back to back to back, which is what we're going to have in this video, it was pretty, it's like, wow, Georgia's been working her tail off, if that makes sense. Yeah. So, all right. But thanks to everybody that's here. And I saw Patty joined. Hey, Patty, thank you so much. But yeah, we'll be in the chat. We're going to try to not pause this a ton. I mean, we will, but I want to get started with it. Is everybody ready? Woo.
Yep, I'm ready.
All right.
Okay, bye.
Excuse me, Mrs. Adelson? How you doing? Just want to give you this. Listen. No, don't be scared. Listen, just want to let you know that we know that your family has been taking care of Katie and her friend Ruthel for quite some time after your problem up north has been resolved. And I want to let you know that my brother, he's incarcerated. He helped your family with this problem you guys had up north. And we want to make sure that he's going through some rough times. We want to make sure that you take care of what he's going through, the way you're taking care of Katie and Tuta. Well, this will explain it. Thank you.
Where does Mrs. Adelson go after the conclusion of the bump?
She goes into the elementary school there, to the door to the right, goes inside and retrieves the children, and then goes back to the icon back across the street.
And are those Wendy?
Yes, here for today. Great point. She didn't even look at the note and she walked straight to the school where her grandchildren are.
Yeah.
That's the last thing I'd be doing. I'd be like, help,
You'd
help.
be tearing into that envelope.
I know. Well, yeah, that. But you know how Charlie was like, well, maybe we should just go to the police, trying to be all cool. If they had done that, think about it. But no, she had to say the two of us. But yeah, it's crazy. She didn't even look at it. That to me just screams guilt. But yeah, she did. She was trying to act like she wasn't bothered, but she was freaking. All right.
And Dan Markel's children?
Yes, they are.
So they're in school just literally less than a block over?
Right across the street from where she lives.
Okay.
Morning. So, if you had time tonight after work or some other time in the very near future, I'm going to need to speak with you.
Okay.
Okay.
Did someone write a letter to you or something?
I got some paperwork hand delivered to me.
You're being sued?
No, that's what I thought it was, but I'm going to need to talk to you.
Okay.
Okay. So, I could even.
Okay, first I just want to say, can y'all believe how clear this is? So in all that FOIA, I happened to click on a folder and all of the FBI wiretaps are in there. So I thought it was pretty good, pretty clear.
Yeah. And Daryl Hicks says that there was 4 bumps.
Oh, that's true, because they had
Yeah.
the mail and then like the text, right? And some other stuff. Yeah, you're right. Thank you, Daryl.
And it depends how late you'll be wherever you are.
Well, I'm in Mitch Klein's office on Oakland Park Boulevard.
Okay.
So I'm right now in Skyline Chili, and I'll be at his office in the afternoon.
Okay. So the boys will finish their piano lesson around 4-ish. I don't know how bad the traffic will be. I may take a ride with them up there.
Does Dad know about this?
No, Dad's at work today, fortunately.
What's
Okay.
I can't. Is it IRS or?
those IRS people, they kind of bother you sometimes, but, fortunately not now.
Okay.
So I will talk to you. I'll give you a heads up if I'm going to drive up that way.
All right.
Okay. And
Does Wendy know that? Is it involve Wendy?
No.
That's one of my favorite parts. No.
Yeah, the
Oh.
constant.
Mhm.
Like it's like almost like the same when she's on when she's texting Wendy after the conviction of Charlie, and she repeated like, "It's not about the case.
Yeah, it's
It's
not about
not
the
about
case.
the case." Like
Yeah.
she
But
repeats
we're
herself.
fleeing to Vietnam and we're leaving everything, including our M11, to sell.
Yeah, if you protest too much.
Yes, exactly. All right.
No. So let me just talk to you later. And
What is it? Is everyone's health okay?
Yeah.
All right. Does it involve me or other people?
Well, probably both of us.
What's that?
Probably the two of us. So you probably have a general idea what I'm talking about.
All right.
So let's just find some time to talk to each other, and we'll take the boys for a ride, okay?
You're going to take the boys up there?
Well, Wendy doesn't come home. Wendy doesn't get here till about 7. That's when Dad gets here.
So it's urgent you talk to me today.
Today or tomorrow. I mean, it's important.
All right.
I know what to do.
Well, I'll be up at Mitch Klein's office. If you want to come up. Oh yeah, it's still really late.
Yeah. I'm just concerned that I would have to get up there and get back in time for Wendy to get them. Sometimes she gets out a little early. I wouldn't want her to find me not here.
Can I ask you a question? Who is the paperwork sent from?
I don't know if you caught that, and maybe there's more later on, but she says, I wouldn't want Wendy to come, and then if I'm not here. And she says something, I think, later, and she's like, I don't want to have to tell her where we were because she'll wonder, which I thought was interesting. I think she says, like, the boys, I don't want the boys to say we went and saw Uncle Charlie. But wow, what a nanny till 7 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
I know most of
like
the people I work with are like, they got to get out of work no later than 5:15 because of childcare.
Yeah. Like meanwhile, Wendy's probably going to dinner with friends and drinks after work and
Yeah, happy
a
hour, baby.
date or all that.
Yeah, that's right.
I see Ben. That's great. It was something that came hand to hand to me as I exited the building today.
Was it anonymous or?
Oh no, it's not anonymous. It's not anonymous. I just don't want to discuss it over the phone.
Right, whatever it is, it is. I will. It's silly, but if you want,
I wouldn't bother you. Trust me.
Yeah, no, I know. Do you want me to come down to see you tomorrow? I actually have the day off.
Yes, that would be wonderful. Dad actually starts later tomorrow. He goes in at 1 o'clock. We both work out at the gym from 9:30 to 10:30. So
whatever it is, I'll take a look at the paperwork.
Yeah.
I hope it's not the IRS, but I will.
I just would like you to review it and give me some input as to what your thoughts are.
All right.
Okay. So come down tomorrow. Dad leaves at 12, so anytime after 12 would be good.
12 tomorrow.
Yeah, he leaves at 12. He starts at 1 there, so 12, 12:15.
All right, I'll come down in the afternoon. That way I can hang out with you and see the boys too.
That would be great.
Perfect. All right, I'll talk to you later.
Love you, honey. Bye.
Love you. Bye.
Okay.
Hey, how are you?
Okay.
Good.
Okay.
Is it me not paying the Sun Pass?
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
No, listen. What was I going to say? Do you mind paying my Brown and Brown insurance?
No, it's fine.
Okay, because I'm going to just stick with the same company.
For you, right?
Yeah, but the thing is this: if you stay with the same company for 3 years, they can then try to bump you down into a lower bracket.
Oh, okay. So it's a good idea to do that.
So I might as well stay with them and then hope that that's actually true, that they can do what they said about putting it in a lower bracket.
Okay. So you want me to call Pam Hall?
Yeah, because I told her that my mom would call her because she's handles like that stuff at the office.
Okay.
And then just send them in a check, because they have to have it before, I want to say the 29th or something.
Okay. So
So
I'll do that now.
and then do that. And listen, whatever it is, whatever someone sent you, I wouldn't worry too much about anything.
Okay.
I mean, so someone can write whatever they want to write. Someone can say whatever they want to say, and I'm not worried.
Okay.
So, was it another bad review on Yelp?
You know, those reviews come in, and sometimes they are bad reviews. This is a particularly bad one. So, yeah.
But I'm not being sued.
No.
Okay. All right. Honestly, it's whatever it is, and I wouldn't.
I love how Charlie's just like, oh, is it the sun pass? Oh, is it this? And yeah, somebody up here said Donna, if she was wearing Depends. I agree.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I mean, Donna immediately said, we've got to see each other. And he cannot stop asking questions.
I know. And that's
this is the second call. And then there's a third call in the same day.
exactly. I mean, if I was him, I probably would have canceled my patients and jumped in my car and driven there. But instead, it's like, well, how about tomorrow? We can like grab lunch. I love to. He's like, yeah, I told her that my mom was going to pay it. Dude, you're like a 40-something-year-old man and your mom is paying your business bills. I mean, I know
she was his personal secretary.
Yeah.
Like his events calendar manager.
But wasn't she like his personal tutor all through school too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just judging from what you're making it sound like, I wouldn't stress about too much.
Okay, honey. Okay, it's probably nothing. Probably.
Yeah. Listen, people can always write. People can always say anything they want. Mm-hmm. It doesn't. If someone says you're a bad dentist, it doesn't mean you're a bad dentist. So.
No, of course not.
But anyway, I will. I'll definitely come down. It actually works out perfectly because I have the day off.
Okay. So I'll make you take me out to dinner. So make sure you bring cash with you.
All right.
Okay.
Do I need to bring cash?
Yeah. If you take me out to dinner, then I have really. That's probably a good idea, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was this? I should bring cash. I don't have much cash to bring.
Yeah. I'll see if I have money for dinner. We'll see. We'll see what I have here. Okay.
Was it? Can I ask you? Is someone blackmailing you?
Well, that's always a good possibility.
Do you think someone's trying to blackmail you?
Maybe. Could be.
No. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Is there? I don't know what I'm blackmailing for, but is there any way I could see you? You can't come up here at all.
It's going to be difficult because they don't finish the piano teacher doesn't leave till about 4:15, and even if I came up there and got there a little after maybe 5:15, it would still be tough to necessarily get back here in time for you to pick them up.
Was this? Can I just ask you this? Is this anything government related, or is this like whack job writing a letter to you?
Like who?
Is it like a whack job writing a letter to you, or is this government related?
Does anybody else think of Michael Proctor from Karen Reed when he says whack job?
Yeah.
See you next Tuesday. That's immediately what I thought. Yeah.
So the piano teacher comes to the house.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's the same piano that they offered Drina.
Ooh, that's a great call. Yeah, I'll hear for today. I hadn't really caught that really before do I need to bring cash? Like trying so hard.
She tells him to bring cash for dinner.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like how much cash?
Yeah. Where y'all going? Yeah. Just bring $5K. That'll be nice. Yep.
No, I don't think. I don't know if it's government related. That doesn't.
So it's not government or military or
No,
anything like that.
No.
Do you think who was the letter addressed to?
Me.
To you.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Did it have a? Do you know who sent it to you?
I have a pretty good idea. But you know, let's talk later. Either I would like to. I'd like to try to get to see you today. I will definitely. I just don't know if I'm going to get back here in time for Wendy, and I don't want to have a Wendy one night somewhere else.
Is it so? Whoever sent you the letter sent you an anonymous letter.
No, it's not really anonymous.
Did they sign it?
It's hand delivered, honey.
So someone showed up. Was it like by a process server?
That's what I thought he was. It wasn't.
It wasn't.
No.
Where did they come to you at?
When I walked out of the building and I make a right and I go past both driveways of the Icon,
Right.
and I'm on the sidewalk and I'm about 5 feet from pressing the button so that I could cross the street to pick up the boys this afternoon.
Right.
And just as I got on the sidewalk. Yeah. Okay, sweetie, so you stay out here then, okay? You stay out here. I'll look on the computer when Ben finishes, okay? So, yeah, it's amazing. Somebody knew exactly who I was. Called me by name.
And he came over and handed it. Was it a young guy, old guy?
I'd say probably mid-30s. I wouldn't forget that face.
Really?
Yeah. So I mean, I can make the attempt to go up there. I'm just concerned about getting back here in time and having, Wendy say, "Where were you?" And I don't think it's a good idea for the boys to say, "You're not going to be so up strong."
All right.
I wonder why mitten in the middle of the day I had to do that, unless I needed to go do a check.
I could not understand that. I replayed that part so many times, but it kept translating as mitten. I don't know. Maybe somebody else knows what that means. But it said go buy a mitten in the middle of the day or something. I think it's a slang term. It's hard to sometimes understand what they're saying. And she's always like, I think she puts her mouth on the phone.
Yeah, and I wonder if is it some sort of dental equipment?
It
Like,
might
is
have
it
been.
something for the dentist office
It
or
might
for
have
a
been.
dentist?
I don't know. It was just, I never could figure it out. So I moved on.
For the office or something, I could tell her that.
Well, I mean, you have to get into stuff for the insurance. I mean, it's crazy that someone handed you a letter like that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know.
Yeah. Maybe we better just keep it at, tomorrow, about 12:15, 12:20. Once.
Is the person like threatening you or anything?
You never know how to interpret these things. So let's not worry, and let's meet tomorrow. I think that's better. I think let's meet tomorrow afternoon.
Why
All right,
doesn't
let me
she
ask you this.
hang
Do you
up?
want to take a picture of the letter?
No. She never should have called him knowing he was going to, and he just keeps on. But don't
And
you
she
know?
can't tell him to shut up.
Yeah. And I guarantee you this night before she actually saw Charlie, she had to have diarrhea all night. Just had to.
Oh, she was probably on the toilet all night.
Yeah. Yeah. And Harvey's probably like, what's going on, Donna? Yep.
Meet what someone sent you?
No, I really don't want to do that.
So it wasn't the government or the military or somebody. It was just some random person.
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy.
Mm-hmm.
How long was the letter?
Well, it was just a copy of an article. It's what was written on the letter that was was written on the copy of that letter.
Is a person threatening you?
You know, I don't think we should. I don't think
All
we
right.
should talk to them.
I mean, it's kind of thing. If there's a threat, you go to the police.
Yeah.
But anyway, let me.
I don't think that's a good idea.
Well, I don't mean it's if people threaten you, got to go to the police. But let me talk. Let me see what it is. Let me see what nonsense it is first.
Okay.
It won't be the first time I've been threatened.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I'd like you to just see it, see what you think.
yeah,
Honey,
no.
tissue? Go get a tissue, honey. Right here, right up here, honey.
I always think about the Markels when you hear Donna talking to the boys and the little boys like in the background, you know, because they've been just denied of all of this.
Yeah.
Writing.
Yeah, I mean, and she spends so much time with them.
Yeah, I mean till 7. I mean, when kids are that little, they go to bed at like 7:30 or 8. Riding shotgun said, meanwhile, the patient is in the chair drooling from lidocaine. Yep. So true.
So let's do that. Let's make it around, 12:20, 12:30, because tomorrow that would be ideal. Okay?
Okay. You got it.
Come down. You'll play with the boys a little bit, okay?
All right. Yeah. No. I'll come down. I'll see you. I'll play with the boys.
Yeah.
No worries.
Okay.
All right. If it's something serious, I'm going to recommend going to the police. So.
Oh no, I know. That's what I'm tempted to do.
So. All right.
Okay.
Sounds good.
We'll talk tomorrow. Okay.
All right. You got it. Love you.
Love you. Bye. Hey, Charlie.
Hey, sorry about that. Quick question for you. Well, one thing I was going to tell you is obviously don't talk about things in the apartment or any place.
Oh, obviously.
The other thing is, was the person black, white, Hispanic?
White.
And they just came up to you and they said your name and they handed you a piece of paper?
No, no, didn't hand it right away. First spoke to me for a while and then handed it to me.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
And were they wearing hats, sunglasses, or?
No, nothing. Nothing. I could describe him to a T.
What's that?
You could describe him to a T. No, nothing.
Was the person nervous or were they angry? Or?
No, calm as could be. Totally calm.
That's really crazy. Are they trying to ask for money or something? Yeah. It's someone trying to. I mean, listen. If it's something like that, it sounds probably like you go to the police. But
I may have to, but I'd rather talk to you first, and then.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't. There's scumbags out there all the time that try to do stuff like that.
Oh, I know.
So
that's why, I just want you to see, because I don't want your father upset. So
don't say anything to Dad until I take a look at it. Because Dad.
And now when we hear them say that, I don't want your father upset. After seeing Harvey at sentencing, we all know what he's capable of.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like
And
Jeff
wasn't
said,
he didn't Donna say after Charlie was convicted that Harvey was laying on the floor crying?
yes, like a baby.
Yeah, and Wendy lays on the floor and cries.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
At the hotel room in Gainesville, like they all.
Or when she burns a cake.
Yeah, or when she burns a box cake that she should have bought 2 boxes anyway, because everybody always burns the first one.
Yes, that's right. Yep.
So yeah, I mean, and Charlie can't stop asking questions.
I know. I mean, third time. And then she's like, I don't want to talk about it, but I'll keep answering your questions.
Absolutely.
On everything.
You hear that? He said, Dad flies off the handle on everything.
Yeah, and she agrees and says absolutely on everything.
Mm-hmm.
I suggested after he goes to work tomorrow.
Did the person give you any kind of like time frame or anything?
No.
Okay.
But it's clear. It's clear what's wanted.
Can I just ask you, what do they ask for?
I don't know. This TV was probably TV was probably about $5.
They asked you for $5,000.
Mm-hmm.
That's fucking crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I
mentioned, like an ex-girlfriend. Hi, Sandra. Come on in.
Oh, it's the piano teacher.
Is that? Oh, it's just so funny because she's like having this, talk with Charlie. Oh, hi, Sandra. Come on in. But somebody else had written in the chat, and I agree. Those kids overheard so much, and even though they were playing and things, I mean,
they listen to everything. Kids
Sure.
hear everything.
I mean, I'm sure. I know when I was growing up, you had like 2 phones in the house, and you had like a 50-foot TV phone cord, and like I would like always want to hear what my mom was talking to people about.
Oh yeah, yeah. She's like talking to a neighbor down the street or
Yes.
someone's mom. Like you want to hear like what gossip they're
Yeah,
talking.
I'm trying to hear like what's going on, and I might be doing something else, but then I'm trying to listen. So
She says like, so Donna's just like, this TV is about 5. And instead of Charlie, okay, so the normal reaction was like, they want you to buy them a TV.
yeah, exactly. Or five what? Instead it's immediately
they want
5,000.
5 TVs. But he immediately knows that the TV is 5,000. Oh.
Right. And Judy, that's a good point. She said Milton could have been the name of a dentist. Maybe that's what she said. I'll go by Milton's office. That would make sense. I'm like, what is she doing buying a mitten? Oh.
For you. Okay.
That's crazy. I don't. Let me take a look at it,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'll go from there.
Lincoln, your turn. Lincoln's going first. Okay, do that one. Yeah, that would be great.
Okay. Let me take a look, and then I'll.
That's what I just thought. If you wanted to go to dinner, we'll see where we'll go.
Yeah, I'll go down in the afternoon, and I'll take a look at whatever. Whatever someone's going to say.
Maybe we'll go for a walk on the beach or something. It's going to be nice tomorrow.
All right, sounds good.
Okay.
All right, sounds good.
All right. Love you too, honey. Bye.
Hello. Hola, diga. Hello, diga. Who is this? Who's this?
Someone's been calling my family and trying to figure out who this is.
In reference to what, man?
In reference to what?
Yeah. Isn't that when Katie, like he tells Katie this and she's like, wait. They said in reference?
Yeah. Katie's like, wait.
Yeah. If Katie's figuring it out and you're not, that it's bad.
Well, and I think that Katie thought it was Lewis, or like Lewis had someone coming and getting money because Lewis was in prison,
right?
For his RICO,
right?
And so, she was totally afraid of Lewis even after he went to prison, because I think at some point she would realize that Lewis probably found out that Katie was taking money from him.
Mm-hmm.
Because Lewis says that once he was at Coleman, meaning the federal prison, he was hearing all about how Katie and Sigfredo kept buying things. So yeah, wow. Like Charlie kept giving her money, cash, like mm-hmm. not just putting her on the payroll, not just but like he was still giving her a lot of money.
And a car, offered to title her the boat.
Yeah.
Vacationed, Puerto Rico plane tickets.
Yeah, or was that San Domingo?
It was to see, maybe.
It was
Sigfredo's mom.
It was Dominican Republic to see Sigfredo's father or mother that was passing away.
Yeah. One
of the two. Sorry.
Suspicious. Yeah.
But yeah, once in reference to but then the hitman, I'm sorry, then the bump man, like I think he kind of realizes that he just said like in reference to because he's about to get gangsters. It's
Right.
kind of
Oh,
really
yeah.
funny.
Yeah, that's me, man.
What's going on?
Well, what's going on is my brother Tato. Okay, my brother Tato has not been taken care of. His family's not been taken care of. I talked to the dentist. Why are you calling me? Who are you? I gave the number to a lady.
I don't know, Tato.
You don't know Tato? I'm
No.
sure you know Katie and Tuto. They've been taken care of since the family problem been taken care of up north.
I don't know.
You don't? Well, this is going away, my friend. Because let me tell you something. I was at Broward with Tato, and he told me the whole story. He told me nobody was taking care of him. Nobody was taking care of his family. The family was taking care of Katie and Tuto, and nothing's been taken care of with Tato. So we know what's going on. And Tato needs to be taken care of. Do the right thing. The lady already has the paperwork. She knows what I'm talking about. We know Katie. We know Tuto. We know we've been taken care of.
All right, let me look at
No more f***ing around, man. No more f***ing around. This ain't going away. You guys need to do the right thing for Tato. That's my brother, man. That's my brother, and he needs to be taken care of. His family needs to be taken care of, just like Katie and Tuto have been taken care of.
I've never met this people, but let me call you back, okay?
That's bullshit, man. You know exactly what I'm talking about. You know this lady. I don't know your relationship with this lady, but we know what the f*** is going on. This ain't going away. Take care of Tato just like you take care of Katie and Tuto, man.
Let me call you back.
A big break tonight in the investigation into the murder of a Florida State University.
Okay, so now that we've kind of laid the foundation with the bump and some of the wiretap, I mean, obviously we're not going to go through all of them. Now we're going to start seeing the different arrests and the verdicts and their sentencing. So I learned some things. Hey, Louisa, no, I do not live in Tallahassee. Yeah.
And you know what I noticed when I watched this that you sent me yesterday? I noticed when Tallahassee Police Department Chief DeLeo makes the press conference, I noticed that when he says that the probable cause affidavit is sealed, he says it's by Judge Shostrom.
You know what? I caught that too because we
Yeah,
talked about
and
it,
I
but
did
I would
not
have
catch
never
that
caught
before.
that.
I didn't catch it when I watched it live.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like when I watched it in real time when the press conference came out.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Sigfredo is arrested. And if Andrew's here, he was in the black Lexus.
University law professor. An arrest made in Hallandale Beach. The man accused appearing in bond court this morning. CBS 4's Ted Scouten has more.
Good morning, Your Honor. Sigfredo Garcia sounds polite enough in court. The Miami Beach man is under arrest, accused of murder. He told the judge he had no idea he was a suspect.
I didn't know I needed a lawyer till yesterday.
You didn't know you had a warrant out for murder?
I love that, the judge. You didn't know you had a warrant out for murder?
That judge is hilarious. I want to know who she is.
I know. I loved it too. She's like, what?
And I love her accent. Like
Yes.
she has a southern accent, but she's in Miami, which I
Yes.
find really cute.
I know. I thought it was really cute too.
No, ma'am.
Garcia was arrested Wednesday night on Hallandale Beach Boulevard near I-95. He's facing a murder charge from nearly 2 years ago in Tallahassee when FSU professor Dan Markel was found shot in his garage.
He's still alive. He's moving.
A neighbor called 911 after hearing gunshots and raced over. He said Markel had a gunshot wound to the head and was still in his car.
The driver's side window is all bashed in, and he's got blood all over his head.
Sources tell the Tallahassee Democrat newspaper that there may be several other suspects on the run and that this may have been a case of murder for hire. Police will not confirm.
This is still an active criminal investigation. In order not to jeopardize this ongoing investigation, the probable cause in this case has been sealed by Judge Shostrom.
Yeah, right there. So it was sealed because it named in there Katie and Charlie, right?
Yeah, and exactly 7 days later, it's unsealed by Judge Shostrom,
Mm-hmm.
the same judge.
In fact, police are saying very little, only that Garcia is under arrest and that they have followed up on many leads since the killing.
We are not finished yet. Once this investigation has reached its conclusion, we will release all documents and information in accordance to state law.
Garcia is also facing a drug possession charge from his arrest here in Hallandale Beach. He has a very long criminal history, much of it in Miami-Dade County. Right now, he's being held in the Broward County Jail with no bond. He'll soon be moved back up to Tallahassee to face that murder charge. In Hallandale Beach, Ted Scout, CBS 4 News.
A new twist in the alleged murder for hire plot. Police in Florida arresting a single mom, accusing her of arranging the killing of a prominent Florida State law professor. ABC's Matt Gutman has the new details for us. Good morning, Matt.
Hey, good morning, Robin. Authorities portray Katherine Magbanua as a kind of
What'd you say?
I said so. Sigfredo's arrest was on the 25th of May, and now we are jumping forward. This is October 1,
right,
of 2016 when Katie was arrested.
Yes, thank you.
fatale in this case. Police say the Miami beauty linked Dan Markel's in-laws, a family of wealthy dentists, with a pair of hitmen from Miami. Now, the reason they allegedly wanted the famous law professor dead, an ugly War of the Roses type of divorce.
This morning, Katherine Magbanua is facing a first-degree murder charge for the slaying of Professor Dan Markel. Police say Markel was gunned down in his Tallahassee driveway in 2014 as part of an elaborate murder-for-hire plot orchestrated by the wealthy family of his ex-wife, Wendy Adelson. Police say the 31-year-old Magbanua is the link between the alleged triggerman and Wendy Adelson's family. Accused hitman Sigfredo Garcia is the father of Magbanua's 2 children, and police say they discovered Magbanua was also the girlfriend of Wendy Adelson's brother, Charles.
I am a periodontist. Did Charlie Adelson have anything to do with Markel's murder?
No. He's being looked at because of the fact that he had a dating relationship with Katherine.
The motive for the alleged hit? Officials believe the Adelsons were desperate for Wendy and her 2 children to move closer to them in South Florida, and Dan Markel was standing in the way.
They work.
Yes.
I just noticed something. The picture of Wendy and the boys that was the photoshopped cleavage one.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Right before Harvey took a picture of her and just the boys, it was Donna and Harvey with Wendy and the boys, and she's wearing 2 plastic lays around her neck. So then he had her take those off and then get a picture. So then later, or maybe he photoshopped out the lays and then did the cleavage.
Oh, I know. I think you're spot on the first.
Okay, sorry, I just saw that.
No, I noticed that too. That the lays that she had on when I guess they were on vacation.
They're not even fake flower ones. They're like the plasticky ones.
So this footage they just showed, of Charlie outside the dental office.
Mm-hmm.
That was on a 2020, right?
It was on the Dateline 2020. I believe
think
it was the first
just
one.
because this is Good Morning America. I think it was 2020, but I definitely remember seeing that episode. I think that was the very first one.
Yeah, because the reporter's walking up there with like headphones and everything on.
I know. Can you imagine? I mean, these people, they had to just been going in their pants nonstop.
Working theory of the case is that the reason for this homicide was due to the bitter divorce that was ongoing.
An arrest affidavit claims Magbanua made cash deposits totaling about $50,000 in the months after Markel was killed. Police say she was also compensated with breast augmentation surgery just 3 months after the murder, and that an informant told them Charles Adelson allegedly picked up half the tab. But the single mom's attorney says there was no reason to arrest her like this. Our sole priority right now is getting her on bond so she can take care of her 2 kids. Police even set up an undercover sting to get information from Wendy Adelson's mother.
Excuse me, Mrs. Adelson?
In this elaborate sting, video of which was obtained exclusively by ABC News, that undercover agent is trying to draw out the Adelsons by posing as the brother of one of the hitmen.
He has the paper.
Police allege the sting set off a flurry of calls between the Adelsons and Magbanua and one of the alleged hitmen.
An attorney for the Adelsons told us Magbanua's arrest smacked of desperation, and the Adelson family denies any involvement. Meanwhile, the trials for the two alleged hitmen are scheduled to start in the coming weeks. Both have pleaded not guilty, but we've learned that authorities are trying desperately to flip them, hoping they'll testify against the Adelsons.
And we also know at this time, so like you said, Sigfredo arrested May 25th and Katie October 1st, but it was in between that. I think it was around July or August from what we've seen in the emails or the texts that Charlie's attorney runs into Katie and says how pretty she is and just happens to be in the office next to Tara. I still think my opinion is that they paid them.
Yeah, and then okay, so 3 days after Katie is arrested is when they're doing the recorded proffer with Luis.
Oh yeah, that's right, because it was October.
It was October 4th.
And then we all know the joint defense agreement started in 2017. Just saying. Okay.
Robin.
All right, Matt, joining us now, ABC News legal analyst Dan Abrams. Let's take a breath here.
Yeah.
It can be so confusing in all this. What do you make of the new arrest and charges?
All right, so remember, what the allegation is, what the theory is for the prosecution is, family wants guy dead. Family reaches out to the woman who was just charged. She finds hitmen, and they then kill Markel. Okay. The problem is that the woman who's now charged is effectively the middle person, right? Because you've got the hitmen who are charged. Now you've got the middle person who's charged. But you don't have the people who the authorities seem to think initiated this whole thing charged. So if someone in the Adelson family is hiring a hitman and paying her to do it, well, then, of course, you're going to charge that person, except no one in the Adelson family has been charged.
What evidence do they have against this woman?
Well, look, they have what they were talking about, this financial,
the cell phone,
the cell phone records, et cetera. And she does have these connections. Remember, sorry, it's so confusing. The parent of her two children is the hitman, right? And she was having an alleged relationship with the Adelson. And so you've got, they believe, a lot of evidence connecting her to both sides in this. But again, without that connection to Adelson, which the prosecutors believe is the reason this happened, the theory that I've got to believe, and this relates to something Matt just said, is they're trying to turn the screws on the hitmen. They're trying to get him or the Adelsons to turn here, so they charge the middle person who both sides may have sympathy for.
Okay. Hard to keep up. Hard to keep up, but need to. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Not the last we're going to hear about this
No,
one.
it is not.
Hey, so
I love that George goes, what's his name? George
Stephanopoulos.
Yes. He said, not the last we're going to hear about this one.
Yeah. I want to answer riding shotgun. Just a couple comments ago that was on the screen. I'm referring to she didn't cry about any of this. I'm referring to when Jeffrey Lacasse confronts Wendy when they're on the Gainesville trip in June. It's the last weekend in June of 2014. So before Dan's murdered, they're on the Gainesville trip. Jeffrey Lacasse confronts Wendy about cheating. And that's when he says that she falls on the floor in the hotel room in fetal position crying because he yelled at her.
Right. But he's also talking about her weaning off the SSRIs, but she's not doing it properly.
Yeah. I'm just talking about the behaviors.
Yeah.
Everyone's like getting in fetal position on the floor.
Right. Yeah. And
tantrum.
he says that about the cake. He's like, I mean, this woman cries if she burns a cake, for Christ's sake, or something.
Yeah.
He says something like that.
And Mia Wallace said something like a while ago about when we were discussing it about Meghan Markle has also been known to like throw temper tantrums and fall on the floor and scream and cry.
Yeah, that's
allegedly.
that's not surprising, but I can imagine. Melissa says, with the boys' ages, how are they not Googling? Absolutely. I mean, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we're in October of 2019. So it's been a few years. And this is Sigfredo and Katie's trial, or the end of it.
I did a note from the jury. I assume everybody has a copy of the note.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, John. For the record, it says the jury has reached a verdict on one defendant, all counts, and is hung on the second defendant on all counts. I'll hear from y'all how you wish to proceed. What's the state's position?
We'd be requesting an Allen charge on the second count. I guess there's some question as to whether or not we take the verdict on the first defendant and then give them an Allen charge and send it back on the second defendant.
So I didn't remember this part. I mean, I knew that Katie's jury hung, but they convicted Sigfredo. But that's basically what happens. The jury sends a note and says, okay, we've got a verdict on one. And then the attorneys are saying, let's get the verdict. And then we'll do the Allen charge on who the second one is. But they didn't know which one had the verdict.
Correct.
So I thought that was interesting.
What do you suggest?
We take the verdict on the first defendant and give them the Allen charge and send it back, sit on the second defendant.
Garcia.
I agree.
Magbanua.
Yes, Your Honor, I agree too, because we would be requesting the Allen charge if they're hung on the smack battle.
Well, we'll find out, I guess. Anyway, so everybody's in agreement. I will take the verdict on whichever defendant it is that they have decided. I will excuse that defendant and the attorneys. And stay if you want, but there's no reason. And then I will give them the Allen charge as to the second defendant.
Mr. Ron, just for the record, with regards to his being the defendant that's hung is Mr. Garcia, we would not be requesting Allen charge, just for the record.
I thought that was interesting. I don't know if you heard that part, but so Tara Kwas, they're like, yeah, we would want the Allen charge, but now Sigfredo's attorney just said, well, if it is him they're hung on, I don't want the Allen charge.
Yeah, I did catch that. I didn't catch that when I first watched the trial.
Yeah. And if everybody knows what the Allen charge is, I mean, in very layman terms, but it's basically when the judge is, you tell them, oh, hey, the jury, we've all met, we can't come to an agreement. And then the judge is like, hey, I need y'all to go and continue to deliberate. Y'all are all chosen. Basically, it's named after, I guess, somebody named Allen, but it's kind of the last push, I guess, to reach a verdict.
Right.
Actually, on the trial that I just, jury duty I just did, we were read the Allen charge. So, yeah. Couldn't work.
I tell you what, I'm going to change my mind about the one leaving, because depends if it's Mr. Garcia that's been convicted, we still need to talk about, how we're going to proceed next. So anyway, I think they are shackled at this point in time. They'll just, there is a skirt there. They'll just.
And that was interesting. So when they bring them out to read the verdict, they're shackled.
Oh, yeah. They're shackled to the chair. They can't stand up.
So that's why they have the wooden chair.
Yeah. Because remember, like when Donna was like jumping, like the chains were going everywhere.
But are they like that the whole trial or just when there's the verdict?
No, just for the verdict.
Okay, that makes sense. Isn't it crazy? Like I was thinking about that wooden chair. Like all of them have sat in it. Well, Katie, Charlie, and Donna. Yeah. Okay.
Remain seated when the jury comes in. I'm sorry. Let me respond to that. I'm going to decide not now. I'm not going to wait and see who's who as to what I'm going to do, Mr. Sigfredo. So I think you can have it both ways. I'm on. If they're at this point hung on one, whichever one it is, I'm going to give an Allen charge. I'm going to accept the verdict on the other one. All right. All right. Let's have jury input.
Torrentina, this is all for you because you're the one that gave me the idea to do the show.
Jury's in the courtroom.
So that's Anna Norris.
Yeah, that was the one before Sarah Katherine.
Yeah,
Dugan.
this is that's the assistant prosecutor with Georgia during the first trial. But then she left the prosecution's office, and then Sarah Dugan came in on Katie's retrial.
So where is she now, this girl?
You know what? I can't remember. I think that I want to say Jared Ross had said she had gone into the private sector somewhere and moved away, but I can't be for certain. I mean, she didn't leave on bad terms or anything. She just, went somewhere else.
Okay.
Everybody be seated, please. And Mr. Russ, myself, the notes have been from you, and I see you with the verdict form in your hand. Are you our foreperson?
Yes, sir.
It's my understanding that you have reached a verdict as to one of the defendants. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Would you hand that verdict to the bailiff, please, sir? There should be no reaction to the verdict from anyone in the audience. If you can't abide by that, please step out. State of Florida versus Sigfredo Garcia. We, the jury, find as follows: as to count one, the defendant is guilty of first-degree murder. We, the jury, find as follows: as to count two, the defendant is guilty of conspiracy to commit first-degree murder. We, the jury, find as follows: as to count three, the defendant is not guilty. So say we all, this 11th day of October 2019. Mr. Russ Meisel, did I accurately reflect the verdict of the jury?
Yes, you did.
You hear Katie?
All right, the jury is unanimously.
And Katie's like,
she is like sobbing.
But think of it. This is the last time she saw him.
Yeah, and he looked at her like when he's leaving. But so I want to point out something because I noticed this a long time ago and I thought it was odd. So whenever you look at the Department of Corrections and you look at people's like offense date and what they're convicted of, and then it says sentencing date, and then it'll tell you the sentencing. Okay, so Sigfredo wasn't convicted of solicitation because no one ever proved that he paid anybody, right? You know what I mean? Like he was paid to do it. So I think that's why they found it not guilty. But the offense date for the actual murder is 7/18/2014, which is when the shooting occurred. But the conspiracy date in DOC is January 14th, 2013. And so when we're talking about how there's information out there that we don't know about, I don't know if that's a typo. Okay, it could be a typo. A lot of times if they can prove that something maybe started in, let's say that they can prove that something started around Halloween of 2013, there may be a dummy date in there as the defense date, but it is always 01/01, meaning January 1 of that year. So I've just always, it could be a typo. I don't want to really make a big deal about it.
Yeah, that is.
But it's 1/14/2013.
That is interesting.
Yeah, and Katie worked at the dental office for a while before she met Charlie. So I don't know. I just found it odd. It might be just a typo.
Well, that's one to look into.
Yeah.
Confirm the verdict. It will be filed. As to the as to Miss Magbanua that's left, I'm going to give you an instruction on law. I would ask that you listen to my instruction as to that. I know that all of you have worked hard to try to find a verdict in this case. It apparently has been impossible for you so far as to Miss Magbanua. Sometimes an early vote before discussion can make it hard to reach an agreement about the case later. The vote, not the discussion, might make it hard to see all sides of the case. We are all aware that it is legally permissible for a jury to disagree. There are two things a jury can lawfully do: agree on a verdict or disagree on what the facts of the case may truly be. There is nothing to disagree about on the law. The law is as I told you. If you have any disagreements about the law, I should clear them up for you now. That should be my problem, not yours. If you disagree over what you believe the evidence showed, then only you can resolve that conflict if it is to be resolved. I only have one request of you. By law, I cannot demand this of you, but I want you to go back into the jury room, then taking turns, tell each of the other jurors about any weakness in your position. You should not interrupt each other or comment on each other's views until each of you has had a chance to talk. After you have done that, if you simply cannot reach a verdict, then return to the courtroom and I will declare this case mistried and will discharge you with my sincere appreciation for your services. You may now retire to continue with your deliberation. Everybody be seated, please.
I cannot stand Tara Kawasa's hair. It's like all this gel. It reminds me of the like gymnasts in the Olympics.
Yeah, her sister has the same hair. So I wonder who this guy is.
Okay, I was wondering that too. I'm
He's
like,
a
is this
plainclothes
CIA?
guy, but he's got he's got the earpiece. That
Right.
is a radio. He has something on the lapel.
Yeah. I mean, he's
There's
security, but there's also a deputy over there. But this
yeah,
guy,
but
why is he?
he is private security, and I wonder if he's private security that Kawas and DeCoste have hired, or Sam Zananga. He is private security. He is not. He is not with Leon County Sheriff's Office. He's not with the FBI because that person would be wearing some sort of insignia. It's just I never
They would
noticed
allow
him
that.
before. I don't know, but like that clear thing, I know exactly what this earpiece is. I see it all the time.
See all the details. All right.
Banua, any objection to instruction given?
No, Your Honor.
All right. And from the state?
No, sir.
All right. Sigfredo Garcia, you were going to get me some information on mitigating circumstances.
Ms. Wissinger at
Okay. All right.
11 o'clock.
So she just hadn't let me know
Look at
that.
Tara's
We'll,
sister.
we'll
Jeez.
double check on that.
I mean, they're invested in her, Katie.
Like Tara's sister is like sitting here in this like zoned out stare.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you mean they like I wonder if she's like, I can't believe it, we're so relieved, or I can't believe it that it was almost. I mean, I just wonder what they're thinking.
I don't know, but like then they get devastated at the next trial and they're like sobbing.
They're crying like babies.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't need to see. I need the emails. But anyway, if we don't have it, we'll let you know and work that out. There are probably some legal issues that we need to discuss before we start. So maybe what I'm thinking is we maybe start 10 o'clock on Monday with resolve some legal issues with the understanding we'll start with the jury at 1 o'clock. That work for y'all?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Greb?
Yes, Your Honor. I will let the court know, and I've had
So Sigfredo's been found guilty, and the jury still has to decide on what his penalty will be. So
Right.
that's why they have to come back.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, all right.
had time to confirm the times. I gave him some idea. Dr. Pritchard, the state's mental health expert, will do the interview of an evaluation of Mr. Garcia around 1 o'clock at the jail. I know defense counsel has the right to be present.
1 o'clock when?
Sunday.
Okay.
So
All right.
Melissa brings
Okay.
up a good point.
I guess y'all.
Yeah.
Like, okay, so like we all know that Tara knows more. It's like, why didn't you bring that to the defense?
Mm-hmm.
Why didn't you defend your client to the greatest of your ability if you know more information?
Yeah. And
Because she even indicates it afterwards in those press conferences.
right. And Judy just had that live on recently that, I mean, Tara was visiting Katie late last year. It's interesting.
Here for the duration anyway. So anyway, any issues on any of that? All right, so that's how we'll proceed unless the juror tells us that 1 o'clock isn't going to work. But it seemed to me, we had asked how long it would take. She said about half an hour. I think her appointment is at 11. So anyway, that should work. All right. Mr. Garcia is remanded to custody pending sentencing in this matter. We'll start sentencing Monday morning at 10 o'clock. As to Magbanua, we'll wait to hear further from the jury. All right, so Mr. Garcia can be excused. There's no reason to have him here.
I mean, look, he looks over at her, but he really seemed unfazed. Like, not how people normally would act when they're found guilty and they're going to have life in prison. Of course, he still got the death penalty on the table, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, because I mean, they announced like several days, meaning the state attorney, that they were seeking the death penalty for him.
Mm-hmm.
When, several days after they arrested him. Someone just said something.
It was Julia. She said, not a typo. Was it that one?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, I get your point, Julia, but I just thought it was interesting that it says January. Like, should it actually say October or November? Like it. Like, do they have evidence that something?
I mean, was Sigfredo in talks with Charlie before then, or are they trying to say that's when the Adelsons hatched the plan? But why would that be in Sigfredo's trial or case?
Yeah, yeah. Because Katie's says, I believe Katie says 0101 2013.
Maybe it's a typo. I mean,
and I'll look, but yeah, I don't know. It might be a typo.
Yeah. Tally gal, does Sig call out to Katie? I don't remember that, but we'll see. I might have missed it.
Look, Georgia's unfazed.
All it was Katie crying. So I might have missed the call out there.
Everybody be seated, please. Mr. Trustmeister, I take from your notice that Ms. Magbanua, the jury is unable to come to a unanimous decision on any of the three charges. That's correct, Your Honor. All right, so as Ms. Magbanua, I will declare this case mistried. As we've discussed, I'll set a case management October 22nd at 10:30. See where we go for that. I know y'all work hard, sometimes it doesn't work out. That's nothing to be concerned about, as long as everybody in good faith was trying to follow the laws. I explained that that's just part of the process that happens. Normally, I would tell you you're done, but unfortunately, you're not done. We still need to have another proceeding as to Mr. Garcia. Ms. Evans, it's my understanding you have a doctor's appointment 11 o'clock Monday. So what we've discussed with the parties is starting at 1 o'clock on Monday. Will that allow you to make your appointment? All right, so we're going to reconvene Monday, 1 o'clock. Let's get in here a few minutes before that, if you would, please, so we can get started right at 1 o'clock. Just give you a little idea of where we stand. From talking to the attorneys, they're anticipating about a half day of testimony, so we'll probably finish the testimony on Monday afternoon and make argument instructions to you on Tuesday morning. So that's kind of where we, things can change, but that's everybody's best understanding at this point in time. So you still need to abide by the court rules of not discussing the case with anyone. It is possible someone would inquire of you. They may think, since Mr. Garcia's decided on the first part that they can ask you about that. Still, you can't discuss that, and don't discuss your situation as to Ms. Magbanua, even though y'all are done with consideration of that, because the cases are too closely related for you to separate those two things out. Don't watch any media accounts, don't read paper. Anybody have any questions about what's expected of you? We'll see you Monday at 1 o'clock. We'll let you step out.
Ma'am, what is your name?
Ruth Markel.
Please spell your.
Okay, so this kind of threw me for a loop. Ruth Markel did a victim impact statement this time, but what's weird is Georgia and the judge are wearing different things than when it was on the verdict and Sigfredo's sentencing. So I couldn't figure out.
Is it possible that Ruth?
Yeah, I know it was.
Well, I mean, because this is Monday, right? This is Monday after 1.
Well, that's what you would think, but then Georgia is wearing something different when we get to that. So I don't know. Maybe they did this. I don't know, because they wouldn't have done this before the jury until. I don't know. I'll have to go back. Maybe somebody had an accident and they had to change clothes. I don't know. But we'll see.
Your name.
M-A-R-U-T-H M-A-R-K-E-L.
All right, Ms. Markel, how are you related to Daniel Markel?
I'm his mother.
I'd like to approach with what I've marked as State's Exhibit 197.
Yes.
Recognize State's 197?
Yes, I do.
How do you recognize it?
This is Danny with his older son Benjamin and his younger son Lincoln.
Is this a fair and accurate photo of your son and his 2 children?
Definitely, yes.
Judge, at this time, I'd ask to introduce State's 197.
Any objection?
No, Judge.
No, be admitted.
Publish.
You may.
Julia, yeah, June 2013, Wendy's motion was denied, and then the conspiracy. But what True Crime Wifey said is that it was in the file as January 14th, 2013. But maybe January should have said June or something. I don't know.
Mrs. Markel, have you prepared a victim impact statement for the jury here today?
Yes, I have.
Approach and show you what I've marked as State's 198. Recognize State's 198?
Yes, I do.
Is that a fair and accurate copy of the statement you intend to read today?
Yes.
Judge, at this time, I'd ask to introduce 198 as a court exhibit only.
Any objection?
No, Your Honor.
All right. It'll be admitted as a court exhibit.
Give us just a moment to get our equipment going.
And Ms. Markel, I would ask that you stick to the reading what is said, not ad lib from it, please.
Thank you.
Okay. You have a copy?
I do.
She has a copy, Judge. All right, Mrs. Markel, you may proceed.
My name is Ruth Markel. I am Dan Markel's mother. I am reading this statement on behalf of my family. Parents are not supposed to outlive their children. A mother should never have to bury her own child. Perhaps this is why there are words to describe someone who loses a spouse or their parents, a widow or an orphan. But there is no word in the English language for someone who loses a child. And yet, because of the acts of a few, my son Dan's life was cut very short, and I have been forced to experience the unthinkable and to live a life filled with unimaginable pain and heartbreak that no mother should ever have to endure. Dan's family, friends, and colleagues and mentors describe Dan as a caring, uplifting, and inspiring person to everyone around him. Dan was a devoted son and family member, cherishing family celebrations and always making time for lengthy phone calls with us and other family members in Canada, United States, and Israel. As a son, everything about Dan and everything he did made us proud. From his love of music, dance, sports, and travel, to his dedication to and hard work in school, culminating in his acceptances into Harvard University. As an undergraduate in Cambridge, England, where he earned a master's degree in political theory, and finally Harvard Law School, where he received his JD and began his impressive legal career. After graduating law school, Dan served as a law clerk for a federal circuit court judge, and then worked as an associate at a prestigious law firm in Washington. Of all my son's accomplishments, however, I am most proud of the father Dan was to his beautiful boys, Lincoln and Ben. It is hard to capture in words the joy and excitement I felt when Dan became a father and I became a grandmother. I derived even more joy and happiness watching Dan raise his two boys. Dan was a present, devoted, loving, supportive, selfless father, and he always acted with the best interest of his boys. Dan regularly attended the boys' daycare, leading holiday programs for all the children. Dan's office and home were covered with the boys' drawings, and the family's living room was always full of the boys' toys. Regardless of the situation, Dan always put his children's safety and well-being ahead of his own. Lincoln and Ben loved their father. He was their hero. Dan offered the world his love, his wisdom, opinion, his energy, his friendship, and his warmth. Since the day he was born, Dan was alert and energetic. He did not waste this energy. He used it to live life to the fullest. For example, even in his short life, he pursued his passion for travel, and he lived in many cities: Montreal, Toronto, Boston, New York, London, Jerusalem, Washington, D.C., Phoenix, San Francisco, Miami, and Tallahassee. He made many friends all over the world and continued to stay in touch with everyone he befriended. When Dan moved to Tallahassee, he quickly became an integral part of the community. Dan made many close friends at FSU and in the broader Tallahassee community. He regularly attended community events and frequently hosted others at his home. Dan was on the board of the Shomrei Torah Synagogue and frequently attended services, holidays, and children's programs. Dan's murder has not only deprived his large network and community of a dedicated and caring family member and friend, it has also deprived the world of a brilliant attorney, teacher, and legal academic. Dan also co-founded a blog called Prof's Blog, which focuses on a variety of topics related to law and life. Due to Dan's amazing dedication and tireless work, Prof's Blog continues to grow and inspire legal scholars and students around the world. In addition to Dan's scholarship, Dan was a devoted professor who was deeply involved in the FSU community. Dan was passionate about teaching and his students adored him. Dan served on the law school's recruiting committee and worked to recruit high-level academics to FSU, including by personally hosting most of the recruits and new faculty members. Dan's energy, drive, and sociability enhanced the student body and the faculty of the FSU College of Law. As the court knows, Dan's life was brought to a sudden, abrupt, and tragic end when he was murdered in July 2014. The losses sustained and the damage caused by this crime cannot be overstated. In one fell swoop, our son, brother, and the father of two young boys were all killed. My life was shattered. Dan's death has caused us deep pain that is both disruptive and permanent. After the death of a loved one, you are supposed to face the loss, the void, the experience, the grief, and maybe get closure if you are lucky. But when you lose a child, life's progression comes to a complete stop, and the grief and pain of a mother who loses her child never ends. For me, closure and normalcy are only words in a dictionary, not a reality that I will ever experience again. We have waited for more than 5 years for those involved in Dan's murder to be brought to justice, which has only exacerbated my pain, grief, anxiety, and health. It is very cumbersome to navigate and participate in the legal processes encountered in the days, weeks, and years following the murder. From the day I learned about Dan's death, I experienced a life sentence. But I know that even after justice occurs, Dan's murder will continue to torment me for the rest of my life.
Thank you, Mrs. Markel.
I'm not finished. Wait, I'm still sorry. Other lives were
Wait a
just.
minute, stop.
What's wrong?
Oh, there is another page. It just looked
Okay.
like the end.
Okay, are we okay? Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry.
Yes, ma'am.
Other lives were destroyed as well. The lives of Dan's two sons, my grandchildren, were forever turned upside down as a result of this crime. Benjamin was 4 years old, and Lincoln was only 3 years old when their father was murdered. Benjamin and Lincoln have been forever deprived of a relationship with their father and will grow up and go through life without a father. These boys have also been robbed of their childhoods as they are forced to confront and try to understand the unthinkable crime of murder at such a young age. We, all including Phil, Shelley, and her family, have been traumatized by Dan's tragic death. Dan's nieces and nephews, ranging from ages 8 to 13, were forced to confront murder at a young age. Dan's older relatives could not comprehend this tragedy. My maternal 97-year-old uncle had a special bond with Dan and suffered greatly from his murder. He gave up and died 3 months later. There is not a single day that goes by when thoughts of Danny do not enter our minds. His murder has been horrible for us, shocking, surreal, hard to understand. Danny is never coming back but we continue to hope and pray for justice.
Thank you.
Cemetery, please.
Judge will have them soon.
What's that?
I asked the jurors, I was coming up to riot. I don't understand if that's okay.
Okay.
Jury's in the courtroom.
Russ Meisel, is the jury arrived at a verdict?
Yes, sir.
We have handed the bailiff, please. State of Florida versus Sigfredo Garcia. We, the jury, find as follows: as to aggravating factor, the capital felony was committed for pecuniary gain. The jury has found the state proved beyond a reasonable doubt that this aggravating factor exists. We, the jury, find as follows: as the aggravating factor of the capital felony was a homicide and was committed in a cold, calculated, premeditated manner without pretense of moral or legal justification. Jury has found the state proved beyond a reasonable doubt that this aggravating factor exists. As to step two, we, the jury, find as follows: as sufficiency of the aggravators, the state proved beyond a reasonable doubt that the aggravating factors are sufficient to warrant a sentence of death. As to step three, we, the jury, find as follows: as the weight of aggravating factors and mitigating circumstances, the state did not prove beyond a reasonable doubt that the aggravating factors outweigh the mitigating circumstances. It's dated and signed by the foreperson. Having made that conclusion, there was no reason to go to step four. Either side wish to have the jury polled?
No, sir.
No, Judge.
This will conclude your service with us. We do appreciate the time and the attention that you have given us. I know it's been a long and arduous experience for you. We very much appreciate the time and the attention that you've given us. You've been very cooperative, and we appreciate that. You've been a very reliable jury. I try to run things on time, and y'all have by and large cooperated very much with that, and I appreciate that. Once you start letting things get out of whack on that, you end up sitting in the jury room a long time, and I try to avoid that. Let me discuss a couple of things with you. It is quite possible that you will be contacted by someone to discuss your deliberations. You're free now to talk about it if you wish, but I want you to understand you also have an absolute right not to discuss your deliberations. You have every right to simply say you'd prefer not to talk about it. Again, that's up to you. I don't know what kind of person you might be contacted by, but you might be contacted by someone wishing to find fault with what you've done. As I've said, you have every right to simply say you prefer not to talk about it. You will be receiving a letter from the court with our thanks. It will include in that an opportunity to seek counseling that we have arranged. That's, something for you to decide. It won't be long-term, but they will at least you get started with some free counseling that the court has arranged. Then from there, you can decide how you wish to proceed. Sometimes we don't think about the impact we have on jurors. I do try to consider that, and that's something that we have arranged. You're done now, so I did want to comment on one thing that you were not advised of, just in case it's something that you were curious about. I know you've been kind of cloistered from hearing about the case. In Ms. Magbanua's situation, to let you know that the state was not seeking the death penalty. As to her, I don't know whether that was something that maybe you were curious about, but
So I thought that was interesting. They don't tell the jury what they're seeking, I guess, until. So he's telling them that they weren't seeking that for Katie.
Well, and I'm wondering, he's going out of his way to make this comment to the jury about that Katie was never up for the death penalty. So I'm
Mhm.
wondering if at some point, because these jurors ask questions, they also would send questions to the judge. We're
Right.
not always privy to all of that. And sometimes he has to, like, I'm wondering if he did get a note from the jury wondering about whether or not Katie was going to get the death penalty if found guilty. And of
Right.
course, his answer would have been,
I can't.
I can't answer that.
Right, because you're never supposed to think about what the punishment is. Just did they break
But
the
if you're a normal citizen
Mhm.
in Florida,
Mhm.
we have the death penalty for murder one.
Mhm. And also we know that her jury hung because the one lady wouldn't vote to convict because didn't want to lock up a mom and a dad.
Yeah, and she was like an outlier.
So I just thought
So
that was
she actually didn't follow the law because, when
correct.
he sent them back in to tell them to follow the law, like
Mhm.
she just still stood her ground. She wasn't going to follow the law.
Right, exactly.
That maybe some of y'all might be wondering what that situation was. It was decided before trial that you were not to be told that, for various reasons. So, but I thought that might be something you would be interested in knowing. That matter will be reset, and we have not picked a new.
What?
He just said it was decided before trial that the jurors would not be told
Yeah.
that information. So
Guess
I guess it is a case by case basis
Mhm.
because I think Julia said, someone said
Oh, yeah, right
most
here.
states require death qualified jurors on capital cases. Yeah, but and of course, like all murder, just like this one, all murder one arrests the state does not choose to seek a death penalty like they
Mhm.
did for Sigfredo, but they did not for Katie. But for some reason, I guess during pre-trial stuff, they decided between the
Mhm.
prosecution, the defense, and the judge that they would not be sharing what the state was going after for either.
Yeah. I'd like to know a little bit more about that.
Yeah, because earlier, like when he was reading, did you hear that they did find that he was eligible for the death penalty?
Yes. And so that's what they were deciding, and they decided not to because Ruth
Right.
asked for life in prison because, she's against the death penalty.
Yeah.
I don't know. Um, the fun size one you said about Charlie's appeal. I mean, my understanding is it can take 6 months, 9 months, a year before we get a decision, but I don't know.
Trial date on that, but eventually we will have a new trial date and that matter will proceed. So probably longer than y'all wanted to hear. I know y'all ready to get out of here. We do appreciate all the time and attention that you've given us. We'll let you step out. The court administration people will get you out of the building. Have a good day. Thank you.
So, I think someone just asked if George is in another office.
Yeah.
No, she's still in the same office. She's just not supervising people anymore. And it is possible that she takes cases in other counties, but
Did I hear that she wouldn't be first chair in a case? Maybe I heard that wrong.
no, I don't think. All I heard is that she's not supervising people, which basically allows her to be first chair on her own cases and not have to worry about everyone underneath her. I mean, that's my take on it, but I mean, I didn't.
Yeah.
I don't know where you heard that. I mean,
Yeah.
And
I'm gonna need about 25 minutes. We're gonna proceed on this sentencing. I haven't finished my reading, so I'll reconvene at 11 o'clock and give me a chance to finish the reading on what's been provided to me. So we'll.
So what I think happened with this, just hearing him say that, I think on Monday, Ruth Markel read the letter before And then this is now Tuesday because he just said I need till 11, so it's the next day.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, okay.
Reconvene for sentencing at 11 o'clock. Right? Is there any reason not to proceed with sentencing at this time?
No, Judge.
No, sir.
Any technical objection to the score sheet?
No, Judge.
Defense wish to be heard.
No, Judge.
Does Mr. Garcia want to say anything?
No, no.
All right. State.
Judge, the state, obviously you can only do one sentence, but the state would request a 30-year consecutive sentence on the conspiracy charge. And we do not have any evidence to present other than the statements that Your Honor has already reviewed.
God, Sigfredo is so scary to me.
Yeah. Look at
Side
Sigfredo.
eye.
He's got
He's
three
like
private
side-eyeing.
attorneys. He's got three
Yeah.
private attorneys that Katie paid for. Mm-hmm. I mean, 2 teams and a murder trial. Come on.
Sorry, I left my notepad on my desk.
Bottle girl makes a lot of cash.
Yeah, a lot of cash. Good night, Linda.
I have reviewed the victim impact letters. Thoughtful and touching comments. Sanganet, come forward with your client, please. As the jury having found you guilty of murder in the first degree and conspiracy to commit first degree murder, I do adjudicate you guilty of each offense. On count 1, I sentence you to life in prison. Give you credit on that sentence of 1,238 days, which dates back to May 25th, 2016, which I understand to be the date of arrest. On count 2, I sentence you to 30 years, Department of Corrections, to run consecutively to count 1. There's no jail credit as to count 2 since it is a consecutive sentence. As to count 3, based upon the jury verdict of not guilty, I adjudicate you not guilty of that offense. Order mandatory cost $420, $100 cost of prosecution. Reduce that amount to civil judgment. Mr. Garcia, you have 30 days to file a notice of appeal. If you can't afford a lawyer, one would be appointed to represent you. And I would assume, Mr. Sanganet, you will assist him in getting the appeal filed and the record perfected.
Yes, Judge. We did provide the clerk. I don't know if we provided it yet.
Yeah.
We have provided with an updated financial affidavit.
Did you review the affidavit? We'll take that up because you need to perfect the record before you move to withdraw, but we'll review that at that point in time. Yes, does that leave anything outstanding from anyone?
No, sir.
Anything further?
No, Judge.
All right. Good luck to you, sir. We'll be in recess.
Oh, so Judge Hankinson says it correctly. Says Zangane. I've always said Zananga, but it's Zangane.
Zangane.
Yeah, even though he says Magbanua, he says Magbanua.
Yeah. John Smith says, I thought he was given life without parole. Isn't that what he just said?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was sentenced to life without parole. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They just said during the sentencing phase, they just said that the conviction did qualify him for the death penalty.
All right.
Yeah.
So now we're in April of 2022.
With breaking news, another arrest made in the
what? Sorry.
Oh no, I'm just I mean, like I've seen a lot of chat. I know I can't keep up with everyone in the chat. I'm trying to read as much as possible and then also pay attention. But I I think that I don't know everything. I can't watch everybody all the time and everything that they put out, but I truly believe that she will be indicted. That is just my opinion. I don't know when. I hope and pray it's as soon as possible. But I think there's also a lot of federal information, and I don't know if the prosecution is always given everything. I don't know what's going on behind the scenes. We can all speculate. I have my own opinions, my own speculations, allegedly, but I just think that it will happen. So I don't know. I did see, I think it was Julia Lucas said something earlier that mentor lawyer said that like another Adelson would have to come forward with information on Wendy or Wendy flip on herself for her to be arrested. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if he said that, but I don't know if that's necessarily true.
I stand with Carl, and I think there's plenty of circumstantial evidence.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think so too, even without more federal info,
Right.
if the
Right.
prosecution doesn't have it.
The murder of Florida State law professor Dan Markel. He was shot in the driveway of his Benton Hills home back in 2014. Thanks for joining us on Midday. I'm Brian Jackson. Charlie Adelson, the former brother-in-law of Markel, is in custody today. According to the state's attorney's office, Adelson was indicted by a grand jury on Wednesday. He's facing first-degree murder charges, conspiracy to commit murder, and solicitation of murder. State Attorney Jack Campbell says the indictment comes after discovery of a new audio recordings where Adelson can be heard clearly for the first time. Campbell has not revealed exactly what was said on those recordings. An attorney representing the Markel family released this statement, thanking the state attorney's office, FBI, and law enforcement for their tireless pursuit of justice. It reads, nearly 8 years after Danny's tragic murder, these dedicated public servants continue to fight to honor Danny's memory and to hold accountable all those responsible for his horrific death. In response to those charges, Adelson's attorney released this statement. Charlie is innocent, and the prosecutors have no new information that led to this arrest. The timing sure stinks, doesn't it? On the eve of the long-awaited trial of Katie, this move has all the smell of desperation. Now, Adelson has been long suspected of being connected to Markel's murder. His former office assistant, Katherine Magbanua, is currently on trial facing first-degree murder charges in Markel's death. Her first trial in 2019 ended with a mistrial, but that was not the same fate for her boyfriend. In that same trial, Sigfredo Garcia was found guilty of first-degree murder and conspiracy to commit murder. He was sentenced to life for killing Markel. There are a total of 3 people charged in the death of Markel. Luis Rivera pled guilty to second-degree murder in October of 2016. And this is a story that we've been following from day one. For a look back at that case, along with much more information about connections to this case with other members of the Adelson family, you can find all those details right now on our website at WTXL.tv.
All right. It's my understanding that the jury has reached a verdict. Anything before we bring the jury in? Ms. Kappelman?
No, Your Honor.
For the defense?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Let's bring the jury in, please. Juror number 4, are you the foreperson?
Yes, sir.
And has the jury reached a verdict?
Yes, sir.
If you could please hand the verdict form to the bailiff. Thank you. All right, the verdict appears to be in proper form. I will now read the verdict. In the case of the state of Florida versus Katherine D. Magbanua, case number 2016 CF 3036. And
Katie looks like somebody like doing Lamaze or whatever, you know.
If that, yeah, that was.
That's what it reminds me of.
If that was Judge Everett, like, Mrs. Magbanua, please control yourself.
Yes, I know. I thought about
Like Judge Wheeler's just letting it go, like letting her like hyperventilate.
Oh,
I'm sorry. I don't.
yeah. And
I
watch
mean, I don't
Tara's
like to,
sister. Yeah, she gets like, yeah, watch this.
yeah, I don't
2018
like to make fun
CF
of
497. We, the jury, find as follows as to count one. A, the defendant is guilty of first-degree murder. We, the jury, find as follows as to count two. A, the defendant is guilty of conspiracy to commit first-degree murder. We, the jury, find as follows as to count three. A, the defendant is guilty of solicitation to commit first-degree murder. And it is signed and dated by the foreperson.
That's it from Ms. Magbanua, Judge. And I
All right.
appreciate the time, and I also wanted me to thank the court. She didn't get an opportunity to do that at the end of the trial.
I mean, what in the hell was that? So this 2 months later at her sentencing, and Tara's like, oh, and Katie wants me to thank the court. Oh, thank you all for finding her guilty. I mean, don't you just think she's just adding that in?
Yeah, no, my client was having a nervous breakdown while the
Yeah.
while the verdict was being read, and she didn't get a chance to stand up and thank everyone.
Mm-hmm. Look at that judge, or not judge, the bailiff guy.
I
looking at her.
know, I know.
So funny.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you, Ms. Kawaz. Okay, I did have the score sheet here that I mentioned before, and the lowest permissible sentence on the counts 2 and 3 would be 172.50 months.
And also, so this is Katie's sentencing, and just like right before that, Charlie had a status hearing because he had been arrested like 3 months prior, and we saw an interview with Tara after this. Remember that? And she said, "I was happy I could be here to see Charlie's hearing."
Yes, that's
Isn't that interesting? Mm-hmm.
On those, and then the statutory maximum, as we've mentioned, is 30 years. Ms. Kappelman, would you mind going up and can you move that podium because I can't see you behind that at this point. So if you can move it one way or the other so that I can see you sitting at the table. Great, thank you very much. All right. Also, do we, Madam Clerk or Ms. Kappelman, do we know what?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Georgia's got some incredible clothes.
It's a shade of red.
Yeah, I love it. Hey, Forensic, good to see you. Great to see everybody, by the way.
The credit for time served is at this point?
I have that, yes, sir. I have 2,119 days.
All right, and what the court costs are, Madam Clerk?
That would be $2,625 plus a $100 cost of prosecution.
Okay, and the state's asking that all sentences run consecutive, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, the state's ready to proceed to sentencing in the state of Florida versus Katherine Magbanua, 2016 CF 3036 and 2018 CF 497. Ms. Magbanua is present here in the courtroom along with her counsel on count 1, which is the count of first-degree murder. You have been found guilty by a jury. You will be adjudicated guilty, and you will be sentenced to life in prison with no eligibility for probation or parole. On count 2, which is the conspiracy to commit murder, you have been found guilty by a jury. You will be adjudicated guilty, and you will be sentenced to a consecutive sentence of 30 years in the Department of Corrections. On count 3, the solicitation to commit murder, you have been found guilty by a jury of that count. You are adjudicated guilty, and you will be sentenced to a consecutive sentence of 30 years in the Department of Corrections. You have credit for time served of 2,119 days. Your court costs are $2,625 and $100 cost of prosecution, and those will be civil judged. You have 30 days to file a notice of appeal, and if you cannot afford counsel, then one would be appointed for you. Ms. Quaz?
Your Honor, at this time, I would ask if the court could, she has previously been found indigent, could appoint the public defender's office for purposes of appeal.
All right.
Yeah. So now,
Yeah.
she's paid for supposedly Sigfredo's attorneys and her own.
Yeah,
And
now
then,
she's indigent. Of
yeah,
course
now
she
she's
is.
indigent. So, yeah, I mean, do you know how much a murder trial costs? I mean, there's just no way. Here for today, that was a good question. Would it be against the law for Wendy to pay for Sig and Katie's kids' education, if that is true? I mean, I don't think it'd be against the law, but it
I
would be
don't think
very
it would be a bright
suspicious.
move.
Yeah.
I'll appoint the Public Defender's Office for purposes of appeal. Have we already taken fingerprints with Ms. Magbanua? Okay, so we don't have to do that. And so Ms. Magbanua, you'll be taken back to the jail and then transported to the Department of Corrections to complete your sentence. Okay, anything else for the court, Ms. Kappelman?
No, Your Honor.
Ms. Kawas, anything else for the court?
Nothing from the defense. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Good luck to you, ma'am.
Has the jury reached a unanimous verdict?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you please could hand the verdict form to the bailiff.
So I just want y'all to think about this. I know we spent a lot of time on Sigfredo's, but like Sigfredo's convicted. When we saw Katie, now Charlie. I mean, this is a lot of work that George has done. I think we can't lose sight of that.
Among other cases.
Right. Yeah.
The verdict form is in its proper order. Madam Clerk, please publish the verdict.
In the Circuit Court of the Second Judicial Circuit in and for Leon County, Florida, the state of Florida versus Charles Adelson, case number 2016 CF 3036B, verdict. Count 1. We, the jury, find as follows as to count 1 of the indictment, first-degree murder. The defendant is guilty of first-degree murder. Count 2. We, the jury, find as follows as to count 2 of the indictment, conspiracy to commit first-degree murder. The defendant is guilty of conspiracy to commit first-degree murder. Count 3.
He doesn't hear anything
We, the
else.
jury, find as follows as to count 3 of the indictment.
He's literally thinking right there. She
Yeah,
couldn't
he's-
help herself. She had to see it. It was done.
He's like, what did I do? What,
Mhm.
how,
Yep.
who, what,
Money
He doesn't
didn't.
hear the second two.
Right.
Solicitation to commit first-degree murder. The defendant is guilty of solicitation to commit first-degree murder. So say we all this 6th day of November, 2023.
Mr. Adelson, you are going to be remanded pending sentencing at this time. Does the defense wish to have a pre-sentence investigation report prepared as to counts 2 and 3?
Yes, Your Honor.
Very well. The court will order that the pre-sentence investigation.
Millie, does Charlie have black eyes or my screen? Yeah. So he had been in jail, I guess, what, a year and a half or so at this point, but he hadn't been out in daylight. So he was almost translucent. And I'm
Yeah,
sure
and
not
the
sleeping.
circles under,
Mhm.
and then I think someone said his eyes turn like black during it, like
Mm.
during the
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, he
they
was
went
kind of
from blue
green.
to black.
Yeah. But I'm sure you've got like a vitamin D deficiency if you're not allowed out in the sun.
Yeah.
Be prepared by the Department of Corrections.
Can't wrap my head around it. Can't wrap my head around it. Now we got to get through this. Now we got to get through it. Your calls on with Dan are still private, correct?
Yeah, so it'll always be private. It's my lawyer. That's not my business. This isn't, but that is,
No, I still feel like I didn't think it changes just because of the trial. I just wanted to be sure.
No, he'll still be my attorney. He's gonna always pick up for me.
I know he will.
There was no way I was getting a fair trial up here. There is no way on God's green earth
And
that I got jurors.
but then when we saw the trial and we heard Dan and we heard you and she was away, everybody said, look at what just happened. There's no way in hell. There's no way in hell. No way. And then they didn't deliberate.
No. They had a mountain of it was my dad's birthday party, my mom's crazy emails, my sister showing up, and they put a mountain of bullshit with the autopsy photos that they kept putting up, upsetting people, the media. They're going, come on, guys, it's just use your common sense. Beyond a reasonable doubt doesn't mean it. You just have to, if you think he's guilty, then he's guilty. No, beyond a reasonable doubt means you have to think that is there any other way this could have happened?
That's right, but that wasn't told to them. And that's what I don't understand. How she gets away with the last word saying that, because that's incorrect.
It made it seem, honestly, like, I think the Chiefs are better than the Dolphins. So. Is it beyond a reasonable doubt that the Chiefs are going to win? No, not even close this way. I get it. But does it mean that it couldn't have happened any other way? Not with Wendy showing up at Dan's house. She couldn't help herself, as Kappelman said. Wendy couldn't help herself. She had to show up. She narrates things she's narrating and giving meaning.
Wendy never said, well, I couldn't help myself, or that's what I needed to. I mean, come on, it's just so absurd.
No, but so when people think about Wendy showing up, what is the explanation that sticks in their head? Wendy couldn't help herself. She had to show up to make sure it was done.
He's just reiterating.
The simplest explanation, the obvious explanation, right?
It's the evidence.
Not she was driving to buy a bottle of liquor, and that's the only liquor store she's ever gone to, and that's how she knows how to get there. So she went their way. So she drove 5 miles out of her. She drove a 6 mile route instead of a 3 mile route.
I think the case got dumbed down to she's showing up at the scene of the crime. You're telling me she didn't know. If she knew, then they're involved. If she wasn't showing up, okay, I could believe it maybe, but her showing up is the icing on the cake.
And that's why they opened with it, and that's why they closed with it, and they even gave their simple explanation, which is she couldn't help herself.
In no way do I have any complaints about anything Dan did. He did what the best attorney would do, the most research that could be done, the most hours that could be put in, nights and weekends. And I know he sat on the phone for hours the first 5 months that you were in solitary. He sat on the phone at night with you. I mean,
billable hours.
And I look at each other and say, what else can we have done? Was there anything else that we could have done that we didn't do? No, we had the best.
I mean, can you imagine Rashbaum, all the billing? Yeah, you're right. Oh, this is my favorite line coming up.
And we had the jury consultants. We had the best. And we had Tallahassee.
We had Tallahassee.
Everyone hates Tallahassee and the Adelson.
God, it's just, I mean,
it's not that bad.
I mean, seriously.
It's hilarious.
And her foreshadowing and her showing up.
Okay, so these are all different calls when the image is on the screen different, and they just like keep saying the same thing over and over.
Yeah, all he's doing is just reiterating the evidence over and over and over. And then whenever they're talking about Rashbaum, they're trying to convince themselves in
Yes.
their head that he was worth the money. He was worth the money. We paid for the best.
Yes.
They
Yeah.
tried to convince themselves. You guys, remember when Patty's Playhouse read like the 1,000 pages of jury selection in Charlie's trial over like 8 episodes? And
Yes.
Josh Dubin barely spoke.
Mm-hmm.
Like there was not a lot of talking.
I know, and they
even
paid him
the
like $1
mayor,
million.
I know, even the mayor of Tallahassee, who probably could have gotten excused like first round, he sat there all day and stayed there second to last to say, "Oh yeah, I know all about this case. I think he's guilty."
Oh my gosh, really?
Mayor Daley, yes,
That's
Mayor Daley. He could have gotten out of it like first round. And he was like, nope, he went through the motion and he was second to last in the end to get like, booted or,
yeah.
second to last. But yeah, Mayor John Daley. And he's like, yeah, I've read everything about this case. I think he's guilty.
That is, I didn't realize that. I had forgotten it if I knew it, which is very possible these days.
It's okay.
Yeah.
They're showing up as borderline unexplainable. There are explanations, whether you're talking about the route or the location. Doesn't hold water with wanting to go to a liquor store.
I think that Josh Dubin got his undergraduate at FSU.
Ooh, I'll look.
Because Charlie says, he lived in Tallahassee for 4 years.
Oh, interesting.
So that's where I think that they thought, because he mentions in one of these calls, or maybe a few of them, I don't know, but he mentions, Josh lived there. Josh knows Tallahassee. He knows Tallahassee people. I was like, oh, I think Josh might have been in undergraduate. I mean, unless he lived here when he was a kid or something. I don't know. I don't know his resume, but if he went to FSU for 4 years, or like if he lived here for 4 years, the only thing I thought of immediately was undergraduate. But I mean, he might have been in a fraternity partying. Who knows?
Yeah, who knows?
He wasn't getting out and about and learning about people.
I'm gonna look in a minute.
It only does if you realize the chick doesn't drink. The last time she went to a liquor store,
Talking about Wendy. The chick doesn't drink. What?
Jeff says she drinks her dinners.
Yeah.
Go to the party that night, and she was picking up the bottle on the way to lunch. She went the way she always does. She was talking on the phone. Like, that's what happened. But you just go, what's the probability of like her going to that liquor store at that time, that route, on the day he shot, and her turning down Trescott? Pick another street by an American turned down on that date. She had to be going to make sure, as Katherine said, she couldn't help herself. What do you think? Who do you think explanation sounds more logical? The excuse I just gave, or the ex-wife who couldn't help herself? He's like, hello, Charlie, and this is at the window of the bathroom. Like, look out the window. I opened up the window, and like yelling out, like, everything okay? And then maybe it's
This one cracks me up because Charlie's like telling his mom about the night he was arrested. And I mean, you can tell she's not even listening, but he was hearing stuff outside. So he was hanging out his bathroom window. And it's like, Charlie, it's Agent Sanford with the FBI.
Didn't he say he was calling out to neighbors?
Yeah, like, is everybody okay? Oh my God. You can't.
Meanwhile, there's barbed wire on his fencing.
Right.
Me, and it was like, you could tell all the car engines were running, and like there was all these people everywhere. And the guy goes, Charlie, this is Agent Sanford with the FBI. We're here with FBI SWAT, and that was their hands empty and up in the air. My words to him were, are you fucking kidding me? was my exact words. I really thought I had a moment, something unrelated to this.
Okay. You can make her aware now that the things that we need to discuss are private. If George wants to remain in the lobby, he can, but I have a lot of personal information that I need to give. You call her. Yeah. I mean, just say it. I don't care if she's holding up speaker. Say, George, if you need George to drive you, you can, or I'll say it in a nice way. I don't want to use this phone. She's going to call me back. When did she say? A little after 8? Yeah.
I'll meet him downstairs. I'll tell him.
Yeah, just tell her, let me know when you're 5 minutes away.
Yeah, he's going to give it to me. He's giving me to it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Yeah.
This cracks me up though. It's such a married couple, like, one of them telling the spouse, like, you tell her this. So Donna's telling Harvey what to do to text Wendy.
Yeah.
She's about to do the call Annie Cunningham.
Yeah. But Siri isn't responding because she's still connected to the jail.
I think the back. They shut Charlie's phone off before he's going to call back.
No, I don't know. I mean, it just clicked off. No, because my daughter comes up. I don't care what I wear. George is not coming in. That's no problem. And if we finish and she still would like to stay a little bit and have George come up, I have no problem. It's just that everything I'm doing is personal with her. So, no. Yeah. I just said to Annie, I'm on the phone with Charlie, and I'll call you when I get off. So I'm not going to call. Maybe I'll call her before Wendy comes. I'll call her. Charlie calls in. I'm going to get off. So, yeah. So the things that we want is for him to, we'll talk about in more detail later. I'll tell her I thought at first you needed to come here, but I realized that, most of everything we can do, I'll have to tell her we're leaving the country. They're not recording my phone. If they are, they will just stop. I mean, what am I going to do? I can't write it. Dan says don't put anything in writing. I can't. What am I supposed to do? Should I? I can't. So I'm supposed to call Dan, but that line is included. Because I don't have a private line with Dan. So they can either hear me tell Dan to call Annie, or they're going to hear me tell Annie. You might as well hear me. Yeah. I mean, what's the option? Or Annie Cunningham.
Don't get the details.
Hi, how are you? You have an ID?
Donna, oh, here we go again. Like, wow.
Yeah. Here we go again.
And I, since, I've watched this 100 times, probably like all of you, but you hear like Donna and Harvey are having a conversation with, I think, these undercover people. And I heard Harvey go, yeah, this isn't our first time to go to Vietnam. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Just having small chat.
They are just steps away.
Yes.
They are steps away. And she's zonked. In my opinion, she's been taking Xanaxes.
And I sped up some of this just because, I know it's good, but yeah.
Because, and we'll see it in a minute. Okay, so look at this date, right? This is November 13th.
Oh.
And when she's being transported to Leon County, between Miami to Leon County, and she has that fit, it's November 20th. So it's 7 days later. And I don't have experience with this, but I've seen it on Intervention, and of course I've read about it and heard about it, like the coming off of and withdrawal of like heavy narcotics, especially something like benzodiazepines, which is what Xannies are, is brutal.
And you
And
know they had been taking a lot since Charlie's
yeah,
trial.
and I think like her stress
Mhm.
about being transported, and having to go to Tallahassee, period. Remember, like they,
Yeah.
you know,
And how
Charlie.
miserable. I mean, it's almost like sitting in the bed of a pickup truck, like just metal.
Oh my gosh, I'm sure it was uncomfortable, and I think like, I think it's several things is why I mean, I don't think that she's acting during that fit. I think she is having a full on
Yeah.
like fit. She's probably cold. Her body is just shaking, and then she's also having withdrawals. That's just my opinion, but
Mhm.
informed opinion in a way.
Right. No, I agree. Keller, great comment. I agree. I was thinking about that.
Because my attorney said not to.
Why do I have to give it to you? This is evidence. She's under arrest. I have to go with you. I have to go. I have to go. I can help you. No, I have to stay. Please don't take it. You need to grab the bags. Take the bags. Yeah, you need to wait outside. Okay.
My husband's almost 80 years old. He can't
Yeah,
come
I
with
can't.
me.
Please, can I go? No, you can't do it. Oh, don't do this, please.
Please.
Oh,
Someone's
God.
got to help him get home. This is terrible. You can't do this. This is insane.
Is that okay with you? Please. Give me that can back on the table. Please.
Like this is negotiable.
No.
They're acting like this is negotiable.
Yeah, and what does he say? Don't put handcuffs on her?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Can I go with her? Can I go with her?
I know. I wish that Sanford had just said, I mean, yeah, you want to be arrested too? Yeah.
And in 1 second, one of these airport guys, he's gonna ask her a question, and
Oh,
it
when he
makes me
said,
die laughing.
is there
Do
anything
you have
in
anything
you?
in you?
Yeah. I know, it makes me laugh too.
Because you know they run into that kind of stuff.
Right.
Like cops do. Yikes.
I might have forwarded it through it. I don't remember.
No, it's in here.
No.
Do you have anything of value in you?
No,
Does she have a necklace on?
You wanna go? Yeah, take it off. Yeah. And the earrings, the rings, take everything. You give it to your husband. Because once you arrive at County Yale, they're gonna make you remove all that.
Can I call my attorney?
You can get your passport ready.
Where am I going?
Open your finger.
Where am I going?
You're going to the Dade County Jail.
Dade County Yale. No, this is right here, the one on.
I'm sorry, dreams for dreams.
So just remember, the whole point of this live tonight is because today is the 10-year anniversary of the bump. And we can be thankful for the FBI and doing all that because that's exactly why we can see all this. Do we think the bump was like Pat Sanford's idea or just? I mean, I know there's a lot of guys on.
Yeah, I think that
and women.
I think that they like have a team. Like
Mhm.
he's just kind of, because he wasn't even a part of like listening to the wiretaps and stuff. That was just all like other people doing all of that and then telling him, okay, we got this on this.
Yeah.
Like, because basically when there's wiretaps, it's like they have people who just sit there the entire time and
right.
listen.
Mhm.
And then they document when something's fishy. Or, when they document, but everything's recording, and then they just take those
Got it.
clips later.
Those people had to be in OT with Charlie and Donna.
Yeah.
Make a mistake. No mistake. It's two mistakes. Can you take it off, please? Please.
Just a minute, it's getting there. Listen to me.
Yeah, I'll call.
Yeah, can you Uber, go home.
I will.
Take
I
it
will.
easy.
I will.
All right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Anything else in your personal choice?
Oh, it's coming, sweetheart. It's coming. Just a second.
Do you have a driver's license? I'm sorry?
It's in my,
Yeah.
it's in my purse.
Yeah. How, you don't need to give a check. Sure. You need a phone? Okay, I give you the bus. The bus.
What's else? Where is it? It's in the blue and white, it's in the blue and white.
The license, the address on your license is correct?
Yes.
She needs water. She needs water.
They're all in here though. No, there's a bag of medication in here. Is that what you're asking?
Bag of medication.
I mean, she's like thinking she's going to get to take her meds, like, you know, like when you send a kid to camp and you take their medications.
Like my bag of medications.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Hey, Tiff Knox. Good to see you.
No, I know. I was just trying to find out if we had one or two. Yeah, if we one or two, then maybe we can take the name down.
Can I ask you something? Can someone just get my husband outside? And
I'll be okay. Guys, gentlemen, here with us.
I have a great, hold on.
Look at that guy in the glass door. See that? There was like an airport, you know, just pedestrian.
Yeah, he's like, what's happening?
Yeah, he was like, whoa, what's this? I would have had my phone out like, what is this?
So we don't have the meds, honey, they're all in here.
Listen to the music.
Yeah. Are you heading to court and unsure what to wear? Introducing Charlie Adelson's Macy's Look, featuring this season's must-have courtroom accessory, the statement tie. Bold, confident, slightly, my mom picked it out. At Macy's, we believe every big moment deserves the perfect outfit, whether it's a wedding, a job interview, or a highly publicized murder trial. And for travel days, try our best-selling Miami Airport Nike jacket. Nothing says, just do it. Like our Nike jacket, available in multiple colors. Because if you decide to flee the country for Vietnam so you won't be extradited, you will arrive in Vietnam in fashionable, comfortable colors. Unless the FBI catches you first. And if that's the case, at least you'll look good in your mugshot. The jacket is very flexible, perfect for being handcuffed or even having a perp walk through the Miami airport. And if you're hot, don't worry. It's very breathable, perfect for the back of a deputy's car. Just do it. At Macy's, you might not beat the case, but you'll look good when every YouTuber does a FOIA request. Do you need a courtroom look? Try Macy's. Charlie's trial tie? Macy's. Donna's airport jacket? Macy's. When the charges are serious, but the fit is still fire. Macy's. You can't outrun the law, but you can outdress it. Macy's. Official clothier of the Adelsons. Sorry if this makes anyone motion sick. If you might want to close your eyes for a couple minutes.
It's coming up, Daryl Hicks.
so high.
She's Hopper from A Bug's Life.
I'm gonna check you first, okay? Stay still. Anything have that makes sense to me?
I love this when she's like hot, and asks them to unzip her jacket, and the lady goes, "Well, it's cold in the jail," and Donna goes, "Oh, well, thanks."
Air condition doesn't go to the back because of the vent, because of the plastic. We open this little bit.
It'll be freezing. Really glad you have it.
Oh yeah, here's the one True Crime Wifey that I hadn't put in this, and you were so right. You were like the turtle suit. This is great.
Judge Mindy Glazer.
Yeah, so she was in the Miami jail for one night, and then this is funny. Mindy, Glazer.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning.
And I apologize. It is an in-state warrant. I did write out of state.
We have a busy calendar today, so we do.
No, Marisol Descalzo. She doesn't realize that Tallahassee is
Morning,
in
ma'am.
Florida.
Yeah, is Marisol a defense attorney, or is she just like, I don't know, because she didn't understand this.
Well, she wrote out of state, so she has to tell the judge that she accidentally wrote out of state. But then later on, she asked for extradition
To waive
or to waive
extradition.
it, to waive
Yeah,
extradition.
Ma'am, you were arrested on a warrant from Leon County, Florida. The charges are public order crimes. It says attempted solicitation, conspiracy to commit a capital felony, homicide, willful, it says homicide, maybe attempted homicide, I'm sorry. Attempted solicitation or conspiracy to commit homicide. It looks like 2 counts of that. So your attorney is here. Ms. Del Caso, anything you want to say?
Good morning, Your Honor. Marisol Descalzo on behalf of Donna Adelson. We are going to waive extradition to Leon County.
It's an in-state warrant. So basically, we have a warrant from Leon County. It sounds like really serious charges. They have up to 15 days to come and pick you up. The reset date here is November 29th to make sure you get picked up. So, Ms. Del Caso, what you can do is reach out to Leon County, the prosecutor's office there, and see if they'll agree to a bond. If they do agree to a bond, you're welcome to contact Ms. F. She can send you a sample order we use. And with that order, we can sign it.
Judge, I think it's unlikely there's going to be an agreement.
I don't know, it's a solicitation case. Anyway. Okay, so you want to hear something funny? Though? She looks like a lady that was on my airplane yesterday. Mhm. Did you come in from Paris? No,
I did not.
She looked like your client did. She looks like a lady who was on the airplane with me. Anyway, I'm sorry you're going through all this. They have 15 days to pick you up. The reset date's November 29th. Okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Good luck to you.
See this in November of 2020.
That's just, that judge just seemed funny. Like, was she on a plane from Paris?
Well, and then, okay, then she said, oh, your client did. Okay, first off, when I thought that she was asking, did you just come in from Paris, that she was asking Mary Saul, but
No,
is
she
it
was
possible
Donna.
that she saw Donna in the international section of the Miami airport?
Well, she said on the plane, but yeah, it could have been. That's funny. Maybe it was somebody else in a Macy's Nike jacket.
Maybe.
23, and as all this is going on and the distress is they're transporting her, and I'm going to ask in my ear because my recollection is this distress is from today. I want to be very clear on that, Alexis. I mean, you look at her and she does not look good.
He's withdrawing.
She's just been arrested for murder. So, I mean, I don't think anybody would be in tip-top shape based on that. So this reaction, I mean, she's an older lady. This reaction isn't so surprising to me. I mean, this is so outside her scheme. I don't believe she was a career criminal. So this whole situation would be shocking to her.
Georgia Kappelman and Sarah Catherine Dugan for the state.
Marisol Descalzo on behalf of Donna Adelson, who's president.
Okay, so now it's December 11th in Tallahassee for Donna's arraignment, and the next day is Charlie's sentencing. And it's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, this is the whole Chief Mackey.
Oh yeah,
Dr. Zappy.
Zap. Excuse me, Zap.
In court and seated to my left.
Your Honor, for both the Sheriff's Office and, yes, Chair, the medical provider in the jail.
Sheriff's Office General Counsel James Stanton.
All right. Mr. Scalzo, I've reviewed your emergency motion to enjoin the jail. Is there any further argument or testimony that you wish to take in support of your motion?
Your Honor, I'll just add to supplement to my motion, which was filed last week, that we are now on day 22 of direct observation. Mrs. Adelson continues unable to participate in her defense. She's not permitted any papers. I cannot mail her anything. I did have a call with her on Friday, but only because Mrs. Kappelman facilitated it for me. And on that call, it was not a private call. Ms. Adelson was forced to put me on speakerphone with guards listening. There is just no way that Mrs. Adelson can prepare for her defense in this manner.
All right. There is one question that I had specifically as to this issue. And I noticed within your pleading that you had quotes from your client and also some observations of what has been taking place with the correctional staff. Are you alleging that you have no ability to access your client or that there is limited contact with your client?
No, Your Honor, I'm not saying that there is no ability. The direct observations that are contained within my motion were not observed by myself, but Daniel Rashbaum, Charlie Adelson's attorney, had a visit with Charlie Adelson and he was able to swap it out for Miss Donna Adelson.
So I had missed that too, that Rashbaum came to visit Charlie, but swapped it out and visited Donna.
Well, he had to appear for Charlie's sentencing. So then he just swapped it out.
I'm surprised.
And saw Donna instead.
Yeah, we'll swap
Charlie
out
was
the
getting
mother-son. Yeah.
And that's Deputy Terry in the background, the female, and she's the one that's like really nice to Donna, like traveling back and forth, like during the trial, and has the conversation with her. Yeah, and like she's like totally like fit, like she's
solid muscle, CrossFit. I bet.
Yeah.
Of, I think November 27th or 28th. So he was able to have that conversation with her in person. I've had a conversation with her, like I said, over the phone. I have been told that I can do a 60-minute increment visit with her in person. There is no video visitation ability. So I would say that my ability to meet with her is limited. It's not non-existent. However, my ability to share, for example, discovery, paperwork, the motion I filed with Ms. Adelson is non-existent because she's not permitted to have paper.
During the jail phone calls.
And at booking here. When she was booked into the jail here, she made a statement that she wanted to die. Now, before she was arrested in Miami, she also had a phone call with her son, who's obviously in jail here. 25-minute phone call. I personally listened to it. She very clearly spoke about a plan to kill herself using sleeping pills.
One moment, Miss Adelson, please.
Yeah, and Donna's over there laughing like, oh, please. We've all heard it. She did.
Client control.
Mm-hmm.
Keep your comments to yourself. Let your lawyer argue on your behalf.
Spoke of a plan to kill herself if she could not escape the country before arrest. That was known to the folks in this jail when she got here. That's why she's on watch. The mental health professionals see her every day. They are not satisfied that she's safe. And it's up to them to decide.
Like, what happened?
I'll give you an receive a smock.
Oh yeah, sorry. I had this hearing is so long, but
yeah, no, it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah,
It's
but
good that you cut it
Marisol's
off.
all like, yes, I've tried and tried, and they're like, no, you haven't. So who's telling the
But
truth?
Marisol doesn't know what is going on.
Yeah, she didn't have a clue. I mean, she thought Tallahassee was like in Alabama or something.
Yeah, she probably drove to Georgia and then realized that she was supposed to go east. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
go west on I-10
Yes.
before she got to Georgia off of I-75.
And I agree with Forensic and Rosie. That one hair little piece of hers that's hanging down is driving me crazy.
As well as a suicide blanket. And they're placed in an isolated room. It's just direct observation is what it really is.
So what's funny is this is Chief Mac, and you even hear on Charlie's jail calls with his mom, he's like, yeah, I'm just waiting for Chief Mac to come see me.
Yeah.
Remember? So it's like all coming full circle.
I know, but it's so funny because like you guys, usually the chief of the jail, they have all of these people underneath them that do stuff. Like they're supposed to just be kind of like a figurehead, like someone that, the captains report to.
Right.
Like it's like, but he is so involved because they're calling the manager, right?
Right. So they're probably all like taking a nice breather, not having an Adelson, right? So.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So we have a staff member outside the door that actually watches them around the clock, make sure they don't cause any harm to themselves.
When are the individuals who are under this status reevaluated for going back to general population?
That's done daily with yes care personnel.
Mr. Toomey, if you have any further examination.
Am I pronouncing that correctly?
Mac.
Chief Mac. Chief Mac. Have you listened to this 25-minute call that Ms. Adelson had before she was arrested? So Dr. Sapp, is Dr. Sapp a psychiatrist?
Yes.
Okay. Do you know if Dr. Sapp has examined Ms. Adelson?
She advised me that she spoke with her on different occasions of been around the area while another clinician was talking with her. Not just knowing that she's being seen daily. I don't ask who actually saw her or what the conversation was pertaining to.
Chief Mac, if she is being visited daily, would there be a report of those visits?
Yes, it should be notes that they take.
To the daily.
Right.
Okay. And Chief Mac, if what you're saying is what you were told is correct, there should be a report from Dr. Zapp and from whatever clinician is meeting her daily, right? About the evaluation.
Yes, I would assume it is.
And Chief Mac, did you know that Mrs. Adelson was actually arrested in Miami?
Yes.
Okay. And did you know that she spent some time in jail in Miami?
Yes.
And did you know that she was there for about 5 days before she was transported to Leon County?
It should be something like that, yes.
And were you aware that she was at a county jail, very similar to the Leon County jail?
Well, I've never been to Miami's facility, so I can't tell you exactly what they do or what their policies are.
Okay. Chief Mac, were you aware that Mrs. Adelson was also in?
Normally, it's Dr. Sapp, Dr. Pugh, or Ms. Smith, Ms. Richardson, or Richardson.
Okay. So it's Ms. Richardson, Dr. Pugh, and Dr. Zapp. Those are the 3 people you're communicating with about Mrs. Adelson's treatment or step-down process?
Like Marisol made a fool of herself here.
I know. I like it when Judge Everett's like, this is not a deposition.
Yeah, Marisol's like, let me tell you what I know. You did. She's like, did you know this? Did you know that? Did you? And he's like, yes, yes, yes.
She probably just flew in that morning and got some documents and was like, oh my God, I hate this client. Yeah.
Probably.
Oh my gosh. Funny.
Captain that actually is over medical, but I go through medical frequently.
Chief Mac, what did you do to prepare for today's hearing?
I actually just looked at some of the notes, even read the allegations concerning what Ms. Adelson was actually, I think it was more your allegations of what occurred in the facility.
What notes did you review before you came here, Chief Mac?
Other than looking at event logs, pretty much that was the extent of it.
What are event logs?
Event logs, what the officer said, they're actually on direct observation and documents what's happening while she's on direct observation.
Has there been anything that stood out to you in those?
What are event logs? They're logs that log events.
They are. Has she ever had a client in jail before?
I don't know,
Who
but
knows what an event log is?
yeah. And why would you be drilling him? Like your client is in his jail. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. And I
you
heard
catch more flies with honey.
And based on what people said, isn't the Leon County jail like the Ritz compared to the Miami jail?
Yeah, oh, I'm sure. I can only imagine.
Event logs that the officers are leaving behind?
The sheriff runs the jail. I run my courtroom. The DCAs have been fairly clear when it comes to the court.
Honor, I believe that there has been a violation of the Constitution here. There is, Ms. Adelson and I have not been permitted to talk behind this glass wall that they're speaking of.
Mrs.
on
Scalzo,
Suey
realistically, how
Watch.
much time do you think it's going to take you to go through what you've already received?
What?
I said she's on Suey Watch.
Oh, right. Yeah.
That's why she can't have paper. She's complaining about, no, she can't.
But
And
then, you know,
yeah,
Donna had
she's in
just
that
met,
rap.
right? And Donna had just met with Rashbaum. So I'm sure she was like, don't worry, I'm going to fire her and hire you. Don't you know it?
I'm sure.
Your Honor, as long as I have access to Mrs. Adelson, as has been stated here in court, and she has access to be able, as you know, there's recordings in this case, and as long as she's able to listen to them and we're able to listen to them together, we plan to proceed to trial promptly.
Very well. What is the state's argument with regard to sentence, at least as it concerns?
You just brought up a really good point. So, okay, because we've always, like, I always felt like the conflict with Rashi
Mm-hmm.
started when Charlie hired him, right? Because he was already Donna and Harvey's attorney for years prior to Charlie getting arrested.
Mm-hmm.
But then, like, so there was already the conflict. So then the second conflict is Rashi going back to Donna.
Right.
But that's exactly what they discussed
Yeah. So he was consulting
on December
both of them.
11th.
Mm-hmm. That's really messed up.
Yeah, I wonder, I don't know if we, like, I don't know how long, like, bar complaints or investigations are conducted. I recently, well, I say recently, in the past several months, I read a list of several attorneys in Florida that had been either disbarred or reprimanded by the bar. Some of those investigations were a couple of years old.
Oh, so we could have time.
I don't know.
I just think it's wild that Donna's arraignment was yesterday, and then here it is today for Charlie's sentencing. I mean, you can't. I mean, this is why
Yeah,
everybody's just enthralled with this. You
and
know,
Charlie has grade in a week.
Oh, look at him. Ugh.
Or in a month. I mean, he's just, and then the eyes are just darker and darker.
Yeah, he looks terrible.
The under
Counts
eye.
2 and
Yeah, he looks really bad.
He needs some cucumbers.
More than that.
3.
In regards to counts 2 and 3, Your Honor, we are seeking the maximum sentence. We're asking for consecutive 30-year sentences on both of those. I have prepared a score sheet in reference to those. May I approach?
You may. Have you already showed the score sheet to Mr. Rushbaugh?
So, but I'll.
Oh, in a minute, I want y'all to notice this. They're on like Zoom. I guess because the Markels are on there. But I guess podcasters or media can get on there. And there's a moment where somebody from the Zoom is talking, and it is Joel from STS. And I just realized that. Did you catch that, True Crime Wifey?
Yeah, I had heard that he had forgotten to mute the Zoom.
Oh my God, it's so funny.
Does the state have any further presentation to make?
The only other matter.
Charlie's gonna give a brief statement. That is interesting.
Did you, that was Joel. He goes, Charlie's going to give a brief statement. And Charlie just looked over. Oh my God, it's funny.
Go ahead.
The only other matter, Your Honor, is that in reference to costs of prosecution, we've been attempting to gather up some of the necessary financial paperwork from the FBI and TPD and my office as well to see if we can come to an agreement with the defense on what costs of prosecution should be ordered in this case. We have not been able to do that yet, so I would ask for Your Honor to reserve that issue for 90 days. It's possible, as I said, we can reach an agreement on it, but if not, I would ask for a hearing sometime around 90 days to make a determination about costs of prosecution.
Mr. Rashbaum, do you have any argument to make on behalf of your client as to counts 2 or 3?
Judge, we understand the situation. We just ask that those counts be run concurrently.
Very well. Mr. Adelson, I'm going to give you the opportunity to make a statement if you wish. You do not have to speak. However, this is your opportunity if you choose to do so.
I do.
You may stand.
Stand.
I would just like to say that I maintain my innocence.
Well, please rise. I'm now going to pronounce the sentence. With the jury having found you guilty of all three counts that you were charged with in your indictment of first-degree murder, conspiracy to commit first-degree murder, and solicitation to commit first-degree murder, I am going to adjudicate you guilty of all three at this time, and you are going to be sentenced as follows. As to count one, the first-degree murder count pursuant to section 782.04 and 775.082 Florida statutes, you are sentenced to life imprisonment without the possibility of release or parole. As to count two, you are going to be sentenced consecutively to 30 years in the Department of Corrections for conspiracy to commit first-degree murder. As to count three, you are going to be sentenced to 30 years in the Department of Corrections consecutively for solicitation to commit first-degree murder. The credit for time served that applies in this matter is how much?
597.
597 days will be applied as credit for time served in this case. You can take this because of the reception information.
Oh, there's I can't remember if it's George or Gerard Hamlin. That's the grandson of the former sheriff Hamlin, who was sheriff before Larry Campbell, Jack's dad.
I love it when they take the papers and they just put them in his front pocket of his jail suit here.
I know.
It reminds me. So when my son was little, when he sent him to preschool, they would tell us if we had a note to send to the teacher to safety pin it to the front of them. And that's what we did. That way it wouldn't get lost. Funny.
2-1.
The van driver takes him to get some Wendy's.
Ah, man. Thank you so much, man.
Charlie, we are across the street from the jail. I'll go as slow as I can, but you eat what you. I ain't gonna. You eat it all. I'm not gonna take you out the van until you're done. You good?
Any chance that we should take one cup off? A lot faster. I'll take it.
Having reviewed the verdict form, it is in its proper order. At this time, I will publish the verdict.
Okay, so now we're at Donna's verdict. So again, we're just showing all the people convicted, all since the bump, because it's the 10-year anniversary today. Yeah, no on the Hulu. It's kind of a long story, but no. I just hope they do the right thing. Like on The Bachelorette, producers can make anything look the way they want. So,
yeah,
I'm hoping. I think the Markels have a close. I don't know. I just don't know. But
I hope they're heavily involved.
Yeah, me too.
We, the jury, find as follows as to count one of the indictment, first-degree murder. The defendant is guilty of first-degree murder. Mrs. Adelson, control yourself. Count two. We, the jury, find as follows as to count two of the indictment, conspiracy to commit first-degree murder. The defendant is guilty of conspiracy to commit first-degree murder. Count three. We, the jury, find as follows as to count three of the indictment, solicitation to commit first-degree murder. The defendant is guilty of solicitation to commit first-degree murder. And it is signed and dated by the foreperson.
Are you under pressure? Feeling misunderstood? Need a reminder to stay strong, no matter what? Introducing the Amazoom Affirmation Necklace. Because sometimes you just need to remember, never, never, never give up. With Amazoom, your daily affirmations aren't just words. They're wearable confidence, perfect for high-pressure moments, important appearances, and when you absolutely, positively need to stick to your story. And the best part? No matter what comes your way, you'll always remember, never, never, never give up. Amazoom, because persistence is everything. Results may vary. Interpretation is up to you.
One moment. Members of the jury, the bailiff will escort you to the jury room.
Look how fast Joey. You see how fast? Did you see how fast Joey like walked behind it, like made the American flag swing?
Oh wait, I'm gonna go back. Wait.
That's Joey. I think Eldridge.
Okay, let's see.
Results may vary. Interpretation is up to you.
One moment. Members of the jury, the bailiff will escort you to the jury room. Mrs. Adelson, while this was not the outcome I'm sure that you desired, there will not be any further outbursts in front of the jury. If you cannot control yourself, I am going to have to determine if you'll be removed from the remainder of this process.
Not a single tear is streaming.
I know. And he's like, I don't know if you cut it out, but then he's like, please give her a tissue if she needs one.
Oh, I think I cut that out, but I like it when he goes, I know this is not the outcome you had hoped for. I had to leave that part in. Oh, Juliet York, yeah, the paid story. And I did find the hearing where the PR people that the expert witness that the Adelsons, Donna paid. And I'm going to be reviewing that soon.
Do you understand what I'm saying to you?
Yes.
Do you need a moment to collect yourself? As to the jury's verdict, with the jury having found the defendant guilty of the 3 charges of the indictment, is the defense asking for a pre-sentence report on counts 2 and 3. As to count 1, the penalty is statutory, and essentially there is no modification for it.
Yes, Your Honor.
Very well, pre-sentence investigation and report is ordered by the court as to counts 2 and 3. As to count 1, is there any reason why we cannot proceed to sentencing on this matter?
Your Honor, we would request an opportunity to ensure that our client is okay before we proceed to sentencing.
Josh, we want to make sure our client is okay. Yeah, other words, they're not prepared for sentencing.
They did not. Okay. That is not what happens after someone is convicted. The Leon County Sheriff's team takes this person back to the jail, then they're evaluated and all of that. Zellman and Fulford, they went home. They didn't go to the jail.
Yeah, because it was Friday night, right? At this one at like 6
Yeah,
or
it was
7 or 8
late.
o'clock. Yeah.
It was late Thursday night.
But I love that Judge Everett was like just wanting to get it all done.
Mm-hmm.
It's my understanding that Charlie Adelson wasn't sentenced right away. We're asking for the same courtesy.
Very well.
These extraordinary efforts underscore the brutal truth of our family's story. Danny's murder.
I just want to point out, I did cut some of Ruth's stuff, and that's not to do any I'm not trying to cut out anything she said. I just was doing that for time. But look at Pill Lady behind there. Look at those hands. If you're watching on a computer, those are man hands.
Was orchestrated by his former mother-in-law, Donna Adelson, and other co-conspirators, and is a crime of cruelty. It is a murder of grief, a murder of selfishly prioritizing one's own desires over what is just or right. And at its core, this was a murder of convenience, so that one grandmother could live closer to her grandchildren. She killed their father and ripped the children from the other grandparents' lives. Donna Adelson's crimes against
Jackie's nodding.
But
Jackie's
look at Jackie.
nodding.
She's also tremoring.
Oh, I thought she was nodding.
No, I mean, she did. But then I have a larger monitor next to my laptop, but I can see it better on this. But she is almost shaking with Donna. It's strange.
And began long before his murder. She belittled down in front of his children. She spread lies about him and contributed to a brutal separation between Dan and Wendy. She rented the house, and Dan came home and he found that Wendy and the boys were gone with most of their belongings. He called this devastation Pearl Harbor.
It might be because Jackie's holding her hand now that I look up.
Yeah, I was just wondering if
they're kind of
she's
in
shaking
rhythm.
because Donna is shaking.
Yeah.
Donna is shaking Jackie.
Yes.
Can you imagine a mother involving a son to complete a murder? Donna's eldest son, Rob, an honest and decent man, is estranged from the family, and her younger child, Wendy, has decided once again to relocate to another state. Her actions and those of her co-conspirators have caused children to lose their parents. No trial or verdict can ever heal the profound wounds caused by Dan's murder. Justice must be served. I respectfully ask the court to impose the maximum sentence on Donna Adelson. Her lack of cooperation and remorse throughout the case demands justice, the justice that Dan's life and memory fully deserve. We are immensely grateful to the court for its careful and compassionate deliberation. Respectively, Ruth Markel.
In the Jewish custom, we have an expression to always wish others to live to 120 years of age. For Donna, I wish her to live to 120, alone in her jail cell. I wish that every day of her remaining days, she thinks about the harm she has caused to so many, especially those two boys she claims to have loved so much. For these reasons, Your Honor, I ask the court sentence Donna Adelson to the maximum possible sentence. And my only short question to Donna, was it worth it? Respectfully, thank you.
It is interesting how the state can't make up its mind about who is what they call the, quote, mastermind behind this murder. In both of Katherine Magbanua's trials, the state claims she was the mastermind behind Danny's murder. In my son, Charlie Adelson's trial, they claimed he was the mastermind. And now in my trial, they claimed that I, this grandma, was the mastermind behind the murder. I had no idea that other people planned to cut Danny's life short. And the people who did this are exactly where they deserve to be. But I had no knowledge that this horrible, evil act was going to take place. If I had become aware of this plan before Danny was murdered, I would have stopped it. With not one iota of actual evidence, the state convinced a Tallahassee jury that I solicited and conspired with other people to have Danny killed. Where is the evidence prior to the murder? The evidence beyond a reasonable doubt, the solicitation and conspiracy evidence.
Same vehicle that the killers pursued?
That's correct.
The state needed to show that there was evidence before the murder to convict me. The state couldn't show that because there wasn't any evidence.
Same vehicle that the killers pursued?
That's correct.
They were trying an innocent person. The state's theory that my husband and I dropped off money to my son, it makes you wonder if the jurors were sleeping when the state had Sergeant Corbett on the stand for hours. Their own star witness testified that my phone was never, I repeat, never at my son's house on the night of the murder. And yet the state continued to push that story, that lie of the so-called money drop, to the jury through the remainder of the trial. And the jury bought into it, hook, line, and sinker. The state couldn't show that because there wasn't any evidence. Reasonable doubt. Many months ago, my attorneys filed a motion for a change of venue. An expert witness testified that Tallahassee had been barraged with over 9 years of negative social media, printed news, television news, and podcast publicity about my family. He explained to the court, both with evidence and demonstratives, that for me to receive a fair trial, it needed to be held in any of the researched and designated areas in the state of Florida other than Tallahassee. All I wanted was a level playing field.
States 148. Use the luggage tags.
Yes.
The state couldn't show that because there wasn't any evidence.
Consistent with destination Saigon by way of Dubai.
Yes, ma'am.
But the court wanted the trial here. In the hotbed of Tallahassee.
Ms. Adelson, please rise. Level of planning and coordination to bring the murder of Professor Markel to fruition was significant in this case. These were not crimes of chance or opportunity, and these crimes also required you to conspire with your son and others. You certainly can choose to deny your involvement and maintain innocence. The court finds the evidence in this case is clear. You will be sentenced accordingly this afternoon. The jury has found you guilty on charges of first-degree murder, conspiracy to commit first-degree murder, and solicitation to commit first-degree murder, and the court previously adjudicated you guilty as to these same charges on September 4th of this year. On count one of the indictment for first-degree murder, you are hereby sentenced to life imprisonment without the possibility of parole or release, pursuant to sections 782.04 and 775.082 sub 1 sub a Florida statutes. On count two of the indictment, conspiracy to commit first-degree murder, you are hereby sentenced to 30 years in the Department of Corrections that will run consecutive to count one. The court will also sentence you to 30 years in the Department of Corrections on count three. Counts 2 and 3 are to run concurrent with each other, but consecutive to count one. 72.
All right. That
I
was,
love the ending.
oh, thanks. I want to pull just the, thank
So-
you. Yeah. And just so y'all, I just want y'all to know that Hulu is going to be hiring me. I'm just kidding. I had fun making that, but that's what I worked on. But I hope y'all enjoyed that.
Yeah, it was great. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you so much for joining. You've got like all the details.
It's so funny, because I know that they always put in, the Florida state statute of, what murder is. And it's like both Donna and Charlie, had they read those statutes
Right.
prior to
Mm-hmm.
doing what someone wanted them to do, in my opinion, who
Yeah.
was the attorney of the family and maybe should have said, hey, this is what could happen if it goes to fruition. And
Right.
it's like,
Yeah. Just because you didn't pull the trigger. And I just want
yeah,
everyone to know that I'm wearing my never, never, never give up necklace. And I've had some people ask where I got it. And it was $11.99 on Amazon.
and I have a silver one
Yes.
that Leslie sent me.
Yeah, I do.
And I'm wearing my True t-shirt.
Yes. And I put
And I'm
the
drinking
little,
out of my food truck cup.
oh, and I put the burgundy ribbon on it for Harvard and FSU. So,
Yeah.
all right.
Thank you.
Well, thank you all. This was awesome. And yeah, definitely watch if you just kind of joined late, you should watch the beginning and the end because it was my dramatic cinematography. But never give up. Never, 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 never. And everybody should get a necklace. I think we all should get these on
Yeah,
Amazon.
and thank you everyone in chat. I'm sorry we didn't get to say hi to everyone. This has been so much fun. I can't believe it's been 3 hours.
I
Thank
know, me
you.
too. Thank you all and have a good night. Thanks, True Crime Wifey. Bye, everyone.
All right, good night.
Bye.
I'm Leslie B, justice seeker, story keeper, and we're still watching, waiting for justice.